that actually creates interest to learn more. If you have a problem in the basics, then definitely you have to come back. So I don't want you to, do the rework. So let us cover up the basics properly. What quality means, you have understood. The various philosophies of various quality gurus you might have discussed. Juran is the one who said, who talked about quality trilogy. There are three areas when you talk about, the quality department in a company. One is quality planning. Another one is quality control. And the third one is quality improvement. Am I right? Every company should have these three departments. Mostly we talk in terms of quality control department. Every company will have a quality control department. Do you also have quality planning? If you have a quality planning, you know what's the purpose? They are the one who, who is responsible for the built-in quality. Yes or no? All the design is part of your planning. Yes or no? Everything that we
Yes.
do, it is as per the design. So if the design is capable of meeting, giving 100% quality, then you can expect 100% in the shop floor. By design, if there is a problem, let's say by design, you can produce only 95% defect-free item, then obviously there will be a 5% rejection. All of you, do you understand what I'm telling? Quality planning means what is that you have developed for your people? What is that you have developed for your customer? If your development is great, then there are no failures. If there is a problem with the development itself, design itself, automatically it will reflect in your execution. Whether how much flaw is there with respect to our design or quality planning, who can measure that? The quality control. But the purpose of the quality control department is to detect the non-conformances. Yes or no?
Yes.
There are different ways you can, define the non-conformance and then detect. You detect and then, make the corrections before the particular item goes to the next stage. Certain item might go to the next stage within the company. Certain items might straight away go to the customer. Isn't it? If the quality control department do not do their job properly, an item with a defect or a defective item can straight away go to the hands of the customer, which in the industrial world is considered as a failure, external failure, because your system did not detect the failure and it has reached the customer. So that is known as external failure. But if you could detect internally and make sure it doesn't pass to the next stage, then it is known as internal failure. But in both cases, you have made a mistake. Can you accept, all of you? We have made a mistake, isn't it? Because whether it's an external failure or an internal failure, a failure is a failure, yes or no?
Yes.
And so all the efforts, the resource consumed, the cost associated is a mere waste. We call it as cost of poor quality. We call it as cost of poor quality. So how can you reduce this cost of poor quality, or how can you eliminate this cost of poor quality? By upgrading your systems, by upgrading your process, by upgrading your design. Yes or no? This is known as quality improvement. This is known as quality improvement. If you rely only on 100% inspection, you are only arresting external failure. But if what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to arrest both external failure as well as internal failure.
Yes.
Internal failure will get arrested only if your processes are capable. Only if you have no strong system. Only if you are built-in quality, the quality at the design level are higher, isn't it? And the kind of improvements, you know, a lot of improvements you need to make, and that area is known as quality improvement. This is Juran trilogy of quality. All three activities are important: quality planning, quality control, and then quality improvement. Make sure your people are actively involved in all the three. If the quality department is doing everything to the best of the customer requirement, and there is no need for quality control, no need for quality improvement. But in any point of time, in any industry, any product or service, and getting the perfection is not that easy. Hope all of you agree with me, isn't it? Even though you do a lot of things proactively, still there will be some gaps. So the chance comes for the quality control. But quality control is fixing the problem and ensure it doesn't goes to the next stage. It doesn't goes to the customer. That's all. And customer, if it is outside, and we call him as external customer. If the output goes to the next stage within the company, then the person or the process that is receiving your, the intermediate output is internal customer. All right. So this is correcting and detecting and correcting these failures internally is what the responsibility of the quality control. However, what is required is they must be fixed permanently so that the same mistake should not happen again next time. Right? If every shift, if 5% of the items are getting rejected, what does it mean? You are only doing quality control and no activity in the quality improvement area. If you're actually having an active quality improvement initiatives, then what will happen? Your rejections have to gradually come down, isn't it? And so your cost of poor quality will come down. As the cost of poor quality comes down, what will happen to your profit margin? Can somebody guess? If I reduce the cost of poor quality, what will happen to my profit margin?
Profit margin will reduce.
Yeah. No, profit margin, no, don't reduce. Margin will increase.
Profit will increase.
Oh, sorry.
If you are saving cost of poor quality of 10 lakhs, this 10 lakhs will get added up in your profit margin added up in the profit column of your balance sheet.
Sorry, my meaning was profit for the organization will reduce. Sorry.
Yeah. So profit will improve. So in terms of amount, if you save 10 lakhs, if you reduce cost of poor quality by 10 lakhs, your profit will increase by 10 lakhs. If you save 50 lakhs, in the cost of poor quality, because you are doing a lot of improvement projects and the saving is 50 lakhs, then your profit will go up by 50 lakhs. In terms of percentage, if you bring down the rejection rate, let's say from 5% to 2%. Now, what percentage of rejections you are able to reduce? 3%. So your profit margin, if it was earlier 8%, after all these improvement projects, your company will run with a profit margin of 11%. Can you see that, all of you? Which is a very healthier scenario, win-win scenario for everyone. Yes or no? By running some improvement projects, you are assuring your customers the best quality products, because you are not producing defects inside. You are arresting the defects, in fact. Can you see that? If you do quality improvement projects, the intention is we want to do things right at the first time. There is no point of making a mistake and correcting and then selling that product to a customer. How many of you would like to buy a product, which has gone through several rounds of repairs? None of us, isn't it? So we want every item, customer wants every item to be produced right at the first time. So if you really wanted to reduce your cost of poor quality, the biggest benefit organization will get is profit will get maximized, no doubt. If profit maximization happens, it is not only beneficial to the manufacturer or the company, it is also beneficial to the employees. How many of you recognize this? If you work in a company which makes more profit, what will be your growth? Your growth will be faster, yes or no?
Yes.
But rather, if you work in a company which maintains a very thin profit margin, then they will struggle, just to recover their own expenses and things like that. And then your growth will be slower. So this thinking creates a win-win scenario. At the same time, by reducing the cost of poor quality means you are preventing the failures. You are preventing the non-conformances. You are preventing the defect from reaching the customers. Yes or no? That means customer gets the high quality products now. not only the organization that benefits with the profit, not only your employees, even your customers gets the best product. Since you don't make too many mistakes, what will happen to your operating cost? If I don't do a lot of mistakes while making a product,
You come
the
down.
cost of manufacturing will be lower, yes or no?
Yes.
Your profit is going up one side, your operating cost is coming down other side. See, so many good things started happening, if the company focus on quality improvement. Quality improvement is nothing but all the initiatives to fix the problems permanently. This is also known as learning and growth, continual learning, isn't it? Your people should be equipped enough to recognize the problem first, accept that there are failures, admit the failures, and then fix all those failures systematically using the scientific approach. Scientific approach means it's full of facts, no bluffing and no assumptions. Assumptions are less, facts are more. So that's called a scientific approach. We are here only to understand that part. How can we systematically, scientifically solve a problem? Right? Whenever there is a requirement, and if we are not meeting it, the gap is known as a non-conformance. Not conforming to the requirement is known as non-conformance. Any form of non-conformance, hereafter we are going to call it as a defect. In Six Sigma, any non-conformance, we will call it as a defect. The training session after tea break is supposed to start by 10:30. Let's say we started only by 10:32. Can you see a non-conformance here? 2 minutes. That is also a defect. If you understand this definition of defect, you will be able to apply the principles of Six Sigma as well as Lean in any organization, in any scenario, even in the daily walk of your life. Otherwise, people will always say, sir, this and all applicable only for big companies. This and all applicable only for manufacturing companies. Oh, hospitals, you cannot implement Six Sigma. Ours is a service industry, sir. This is and all not possible. Problem is with the basic. You don't know what is a non-conformance. You fix all the you put sincere efforts to fix all the non-conformances at the source. Fix all non-conformances, prevent all the non-conformances at the source itself. So you will be able to produce better products. So with that note, let me take all of you through my slides. I'll close the other slides. See, we will be taking you slowly deeper in every aspect of our learning, right? So the first 2 days will be focusing on giving you the overview, an idea of what Lean Six Sigma is and what the Lean Six Sigma methodology is. And then the next 2 days, we will take you further deeper. And then the last 2 days, we will take you again further deeper so that all of you can comfortably learn. And then you will also feel the transformation, right? And the transformation is indicated as the yellow belt, green belt, and the black belt, right? And if you want to go through a phenomenal transformation in your problem solving and decision making capabilities, then you can participate in all the 6 days, and then you will be your best version. All right. So once again, I welcome all of you to this Lean Six Sigma training program, certification training program, and this is going to be my talk. What is Six Sigma performance? What is operational excellence? And then some general points and 7 habits for success, 6 reasons for failure, and how Six Sigma is different from other approaches, process improvement approach, understanding the history behind the Lean as well as Six Sigma, and then the DMAC overview, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And we'll also try to understand why do we call it a Six Sigma? What does it mean? Sigma means what, and six means what? And then we will also, not the case study I'll not be covering in the first session, but towards the end of the course, it will be done. All right, so what is Six Sigma performance? Six Sigma performance means aiming for, perfection. Six Sigma means aiming for perfection. Or I would say in simple words, I would say Six Sigma means a near perfect performance. Whatever you expect, whatever the customer expected, your process exactly delivers that. Not just once, but always. Not just once, but always. But even though I don't want to say, it's a perfection, because perfection means 100%. And nobody can guarantee 100% because the world is designed so. Yes or no, even though we put all efforts, to control everything, there are certain things always beyond our control. Yes or no? Can you control everything around you?
No, sir.
Certain things God keeps, under his control so that, you know your limitation. So 100% is not possible, but definitely you can take your capability very, very close to 100%. If you enhance your capability very close to 100%, that is what is known as near perfect performance. That means the success rate is close to 100% and failure rate is very, very rare. Like a flight landing. Every time the flight is landing, it is a safe landing. All of us fly frequently. That's why we all fly frequently, isn't it? But it doesn't mean that, landing cannot be, can never be a crash landing. There are crash landings, rarely happens, yes or no? So in any process, risk is associated, certain amount of risk associated. Somehow, if you could quantify, you understand your failure rate. And so the rest is your success rate. And if the success rate is close to 100%, I'll also tell you the number. If the success rate is 99.999% and above, 99.999% and above, such a level of performance is known as Six Sigma performance. How many of you understand the first definition of Six Sigma? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Success rate is how much?
99.99.
99.999. That means the failure rate is very rare. Failure is rare. Sometimes you can't even see a failure. How many crash landings today? Nil. Does it mean crash landings will, no, landings can never be a failure? No, there are chances, right? But then, the chances are very, very minimal. So one definition is the success rate is 99.999%. Whenever the success rate is 99.999 and above, you can confidently claim that you are performing at a Six Sigma capability. All right. And there is one another way of claiming, defining the failure rate. number of failures out of a million. Number of failures out of a million. 3 or 4 failures are expected from a Six Sigma process. A process having a capability of Six Sigma will have a tendency to fail 3 or 4 times out of 1 million occasions. Do you understand the second definition?
Yes, sir.
If you run a process 1 million times, or if 1 million outputs are coming, 3 or 4 output might have a defect in it. This is what we call it as DPMO. So what is the expansion of DPMO? Defects per million opportunities. Defects per million opportunities. So how many defects are expected from a Six Sigma process? 3 or 4 out of 1 million chances. In chances, we call it as
1 million.
opportunities. DPMO. And now, in fact, an article has come in Forbes magazine. You all know, right? The Forbes magazine. An article has come. It is about the Mumbai Dabbawalas. You all know Mumbai Dabbawalas, right? What do they do?
Yes.
What do they do?
They deliver our
Deliver.
lunch.
Deliver.
Yeah,
Deliver
they
the
deliver
lunches.
your lunch boxes. Whatever meal is, cooked, prepared, and packed in your house, they collect it and then bring it to your house. Trust me, their capability is much higher than the Six Sigma capability. Not I'm saying. Forbes has mentioned. Forbes has mentioned that their performance is ahead of the Six Sigma capability. All of it, do you believe? Just now we spoke about, Six Sigma performance, 99.triple. That means they are able to maintain a success rate of 99.999 and above. It is declared, in that article. And but look at the kind of people who are involved in the process. Is that can you see, so many MBAs working there? So many engineers, diploma holders, Six Sigma,
No.
green belts, black belts,
No.
nothing.
No.
Very, very average people. Even some of them are below average. And you see a lot of room for variation. You can understand in such a scenario, the chances for, the variation are very high. The chances for variations are very high. Then controlling, is very much difficult. But that particular Dabbawalas, they actually gained a fantastic control over their process. They built a beautiful system so that even an average guy, a below average guy, can understand the process and execute it, and then they deliver the result always as expected. What is the process? You have to go, collect the lunchbox, and then take it to the place where it must be delivered, and then deliver it as within the timeline. Yes or no? This is the process. They performed it so beautifully. What is the secret behind? You could research and understand. They might be using some kind of color coding, some kind of numbering. I don't know. You study. The same thing is expected, from every process. You make the job easier for your people. If you keep your process so complex, you know what will happen? People will struggle a lot and then give you the gift of failure. Yes or no? If I keep the subject, Six Sigma subject, very stressful, what will happen? After 5 minutes, half of the participant, will leave the meeting. So there is no point of complicating a process, and make sure the process is simplified enough so that the people who are associated with the process can effortlessly understand what is going into the process, what are the activities needs to be performed, so that the inputs can be converted into the required form of output. Yes or no? Great. So Dabbawalas, they did that. There are a team of 5,000 people involved in the job. Team of 5,000 people. Every single day, they perform about 2 lakh transactions. 2 lakh transactions. That means 2 lakh lunch boxes are delivered, and then they bring it back in the evening. And in that Forbes magazine, another number is also indicated in the article. What is it written here? 1 mistake in 16 million transactions. See, please, all of you, please note, we always need a number, isn't it? We always need some metric to understand how are we performing. And this is the performance level of the Dabbawalas. 1 mistake in 16 million transactions. I want all of you to do a little max here now. One day, how many transactions they perform?
2 lakhs.
2 lakhs.
So to
2
reach
lakhs,
16
2 lakhs.
million transaction, how many days are required to complete 16 million transaction?
180 days.
80,
How many days? Come again?
80 days.
80 days. 80 days.
80 days. Fantastic.
80
You
days.
people are too good at mathematics. Too good at mathematics, right? So 80 days are required to reach the level of 16 million transaction. That means 80 days once they have a chance of attracting a customer complaint. Can you see that? They run a process in a way that what is the chance to attract a customer complaint? 1 in 80 days. Can you see that? 1 complaint in 80 days. And then that also, if you fix it systematically, that will also get arrested. Yes or no? Right? So now, 1 mistake in 16 million. And that is the reason why Forbes magazine mentioned that their performance is ahead of Six Sigma. Because in Six Sigma, how many mistakes are expected? 3 or 4
per million.
per million. But here 16 million. They are definitely 16 times better. Can you see that? So just 16 million, but they make only one mistake. So this is what we call it, the capability, process capability. And now let us talk about the modern dabawalas. Just now we spoke about the traditional dabawalas and now the modern dabawalas. Swiggy, Zomato, they are operating everywhere almost. I think all of you are using, the customers of Swiggy and Zomato. So they also do a similar job, perform a similar job, but they don't bring the food from your house. Rather, they bring the food from the hotel of your choice. Right? Tell me, do you think their performance are also close to a near perfect performance? They also, they are also ahead of Six Sigma. What is your guess now? Are they below Six Sigma capability or above Six Sigma capability?
Below. Below.
So that means, you could easily understand you are experiencing, more frustrations, failures with them. Please spell out what are your, disappointments. Every time you place order, somehow you are getting dissatisfied. Yes or no? There are many reasons. For every single reason by which you get dissatisfied, by which you may get dissatisfied, is known as a failure opportunity. Is known as a failure opportunity or a defect opportunity. Tell me, what are the ways by which you get dissatisfied with the service of Swiggy or Zomato? Sometimes
Delayed delivery.
Sometimes food is not coming within the committed time. At the time of booking, they say food will come in 30 minutes, but actually, food actually comes after 30 minutes. You get dissatisfied, yes or no? So
Yes.
there is a failure opportunity here. There is a defect opportunity. And now please tell me, will you be able to measure their performance against this requirement? Will you be able to measure? Suppose if you are given a responsibility to measure whether the delivery boy is performing as per the commitment of a commitment made to a particular customer. The commitment is within 30 minutes food must be delivered. Please tell me, is there a way by which you can measure whether this commitment is getting honored or dishonored? Will you be able to measure?
Yes.
Yes, based on the numbers.
Yes. If
Yes.
measurability is there and customer requirements are very specific and limits are available, please understand my explanations, right? One thing is the performance against the requirement is measurable. And the requirement is specific. What is specific? Food must be delivered within 30 minutes. And limits are also visible. What are the limits? If the lower limit is 0, the upper limit is 30 minutes. You can deliver the food anywhere between 0 to 30 minutes. Yes or no?
Yes.
These are known as specification limits. If specification limits are arrivable and your performance against the requirement is measurable, then the characteristics is known as CTQ. Then the characteristic is known as a CTQ. So what does CTQ stand for? Critical to quality characteristics. All of you understand? See, all the terminologies, if you understand well, you can learn many things on your own. Right? So what is that I'm saying here? CTQ. What is the expansion?
Critical to quality characteristic. Critical to quality.
Why do I say critical to quality? If there is a problem with respect to this characteristics, customer gets dissatisfied. Right? It is very important to the customer. Hereafter, any requirement, if you make it specific and make it measurable, and if you make the customer specifications visible, then the metric becomes a CTQ. In any product or any service, any business, you will have a product or a service. And in any product or a service, there will be number of CTQs. Yes or no? If
Yes,
you
sir.
perform,
Yes.
if you perform well with respect to all the CTQs, then your business has to grow very fast, because there is no chance for customer dissatisfaction. All that you need to do is develop a process, develop a system. Make sure you have a good people participating in your system, good people executing your process. As a result, your CTQs never be under trouble. Your CTQs never be under trouble. Whatever you want to do, do it. You want to have more delivery boys, have it. You want to give them a scooter, you give it. You want to give them kind of GPS system, you give it. You want to conduct a training, you do it. These are all part of your process, part of your system. Can you see that? You want to keep your people always motivated, announce some incentives, pay them a good salary, give them good environment, take care of them very well. All of them are the inputs. Can you see that? If you take care of all your inputs properly, then the output will be always within the expected limit of the customer. Am I right? This is called process thinking. So one CTQ you all clearly told me. So one opportunity for a failure is failing to deliver the food within the committed time. One CTQ is understood. Can you tell me another CTQ? CTQ number 1 is understood. Can you tell me another CTQ? CTQ 2?
Wrong food delivered.
Oh,
Change.
order got
Exchange.
interchanged.
Yeah.
You ordered a vegetarian biryani, right? But then chicken biryani has been delivered at your house. Now it's a big problem. Somehow the order got interchanged, and now what can you do? What can you do to arrest this? Every item should have an order ID. Yes or no? So they
Yes.
go with order ID. So this is called quality planning. You try to fix the issues at the design level itself. Don't just go with the customer name or the something. Go with the order ID. And so that always whatever the order ID, the responsibility is you should match the order ID with the particular customer. So CTQ 2 is understood. Wrong food. What can be other CTQ?
Improper packing.
Poor packaging. Tell me. Is it a specific? Can you drill down this requirement into a specific requirement? What actually customer wants? Customer wants the packaging to be leak proof, isn't it?
Yes.
Food should not leak, and nobody other than the customer should be able to open. These are the requirements. Leak proof, no, it should be what you call tamper proof. These are the two things expected from a packaging point of view. Am I able to drill down and make it specific now?
Yes. Yes.
If you are given a package, tell me, will you be able to measure whether it is leak proof or not?
Yeah.
Will it possible, right?
You can see visually.
But how can you measure? Through visual inspection, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Visual.
So you can't use an instrument, but still you can use your own eyes to understand whether it is leak proof or not. Whether it is tamper proof or not, will you be able to measure? So
No.
measurability is broad. Measurability is broad. Yes, can you see that? So measurability is broad and requirement is made specific. And so you can call it as another CTQ. CTQ number 3. Now, can you tell me CTQ number 4?
Delay in timing.
That's to be already taken care, in CTQ 1.
Okay.
Price difference when we go directly to the store or restaurant and when we order through the app. There's a difference in price for each dish.
No, you want to go to the hotel and directly collect your package, huh?
No, sir. If we go directly to the restaurant and we have the food, the price will be somewhat lesser than.
Okay, very good. That means you mean to say the delivery charges, isn't
No,
it?
sir.
You are concerned about the delivery charge.
No, other than the delivery charge, they are actually increasing the amount of the particular dishes in the application.
That is correct. But that is certain things,
This
customer
also
will not be able to notice in the current point of time.
Sir, one thing,
They,
if you see if you figure out the root cause analysis, if a government food inspector who tries to inspect a hotel, if the quality of food is checked, it by the way goes from the Zomato or anything, a better quality of food will be delivered to the customer and better rating will be given to the particular app as well as the hotel. That will improve the profit of the respective organization.
you're right. You're right. We'll come to that. Please always, we need to understand one thing known as scope. What is that? Scope. I want all of you, to attend the session and then benefit by, from the program and, get the certificate and then achieve results. But then everything is not in my scope. Can you see that? Right? And, you have to stay committed. I can only, instruct. My scope ends there. Similarly, quality food, offering a tasty food, quality food is not in the scope of the deliveries agent, isn't it? In
Right.
short run,
Yes.
absolutely Swiggy or Zomato do not have any control over the food. But in long run, you can do something on it. Like you mentioned, they have a rating system. Every customer will be rating a hotel. If the ratings are so good, many people will order food from there. If the ratings are bad, many people will avoid that hotel. And so, if so many ratings are bad, they can delist such a restaurant. In long term, you can do something on it, but in short term, it is not in your scope as far as the taste of the food is concerned. Similarly, the cost of the food, how much a chicken biryani should be priced. Do you think that is in the scope of Swiggy or Zomato?
No.
No. But they are responsible for the delivery charge they collect from the customer. Yes or no?
Yes.
If there are n number of service, delivery service provider, and who is delivering you at a lower delivery charge, that becomes your customer requirement. Yes or no? How much they charge per delivery? How much they charge per kilometer of delivery? Can you see several metrics coming here? How much they charge per delivery? Is it the right way of measuring? Or how much they charge per kilometer of delivery? Which is the best way?
Per kilometer.
Per kilometer.
It is your responsibility to choose the CTQ metric wisely. If you make a wrong choice of the CTQ, you will end up making irrelevant conclusion finally. To do a lot of project and then collect a lot of data and then analyze it, and then finally you will realize you fail to apply your common sense. Can you see that, all of you? Just like that, blindly comparing delivery charge will not work. If the kilometer is high, obviously it requires more effort. Yes or no? More petrol.
Yes.
So delivery charge per kilometer. So your CTQ has to be defined very carefully. Have to be defined very carefully, and then your performance against the requirement has to be measured. Who is performing better? You are performing better, or your competitor are performing better? If you perform better, the rule of the game is you will grow fast. Yes or no? If you perform better than your competitor, you will start attracting more customers. The moment Zomato is charging less for the customer, what will happen? All the people who have the Swiggy app, they will start installing the Zomato app also. And slowly they will move from Swiggy to Zomato, or it can be vice versa. All of you understand? If you talk in terms of the quality, even though you all had a good session, a complete session on quality, the definition of quality, the first step towards quality is knowing the customer requirement. Knowing the customer requirement. And knowing the customer requirement means knowing the CTQs. There can be multiple CTQs from a single product. There can be multiple CTQs from a single service. Yes or no? It can run into hundreds sometimes. It can run into thousands sometimes. You want to admit your child in a school. What are the CTQs you will be looking at? So many CTQs, yes or no?
Critical to quality characteristics.
If you want to start a school and then become, highly successful in your area, first thing is you should know all the CTQs. What is that, students, parents, society will expect from a school. Write down, make it specific, make it measurable, and know the limits within which, customer expects your performance. Clear, all of you? If you see, I have talked about only 4 CTQs of Swiggy and Zomato. If we spend enough time, maybe we can speak for throughout the day, yes or no? To list out everything. If you are a product developer, if you are part of the quality planning, you have to do all these steps proactively.
Sir, how we would define unethical practices by the delivery boys in the CTQ?
Unethical practices?
In the CTQ, because there was cases where the delivery boys, ate the food and then still, supply to the customers. So how this can be captured in the CTQ?
Yes. So you can definitely, you are supposed to definitely measure such requirement also. So that's why, the companies, they perform survey very frequently. In survey, what kind of questions should participate? That's very important. Right? And proactively, you have to set up the questionnaire and then capture the information, because certain things, in a live manner, you will not be able to capture the data. You can't proactively capture the data, and so you have to rely on certain reactive approach. What is reactive approach? After the service is completed, you conduct a survey. There also 100% inspection is not possible. You can't do a survey with every customer, and not everyone will be having a time to participate in your survey. So we go with the sampling. In many scenarios, sampling, is the idea. So you have to conduct survey and then try to understand how satisfied your customers are. And you with the results of the survey, you will also be able to judge the behavioral aspects of the delivery boys. Having raised this point, I want to record that as CTQ number 5. The delivery boy should be dressed properly, should speak properly, and then, should hand deliver the item, not just throw it on the doors or, keep it somewhere outside the house. No, he's not supposed to do all of those, isn't it? So CTQs have to be defined. Now, let me give another scenario, all of you. Consider Swiggy or Zomato in your PIN code you are living right now in your city. How many orders they are able to fetch in a peak hour? Maybe lunchtime. I think by now the lunchtime has started, isn't it? People start thinking about the lunch. So orders will start coming in. In a lunchtime, let's say about 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. What do you think? How many orders Swiggy or Zomato will be getting in your PIN code? Approximate number.
Less than 100.
How many?
100.
Oh, in a whole PIN code, they get only 100. Are you sure?
PIN code. Okay, PIN code will.
PIN code wise, no? Okay, I said PIN code, maybe. I think it should be more than that. You could see, so many delivery boys, standing in the same restaurant. You can see that during the peak hour, I said. Every delivery boy, they deliver about, conduct about 80 plus deliveries in a day. So maybe let's say, 1,000 orders, right? 1,000 orders in a good place. 1,000 orders are coming. And now every order, we have listed 5 CTQs right now as per the discussion. The reality, it will be higher. Now 5 CTQs. Now every single order can go wrong in 5 manner. You can see them, isn't it? CTQ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An item can be delivered late. It can be a wrong item also. The delivery boys, behavior can be rude also. Packaging could have leaked also. All the mistakes are happening in every order. That means every order can go wrong in 5 different ways. These are known as defect opportunities. So according to the current scenario of our project, defect opportunities are understood, which is how much? 5. And you got 1,000 orders. 1,000 orders means your sample size is 1,000. Your sample size is 1,000. Now, out of this 1,000 orders, 10 people made some complaint with your customer support. 10 people raised a ticket saying something. And one complaint can have, can report one failure or two failure also. It's possible. Yes or no? You might raise a
Yes.
ticket. Maybe you may be unhappy with one of the CTQ or unhappy with all the CTQs. Now let us make an assumption. Every customer is experiencing a problem with one CTQ. So how many complaints I said? 10 complaints. So how many failure happened? Every complaint, one failure. So 10 complaints. So what is the total number of failures?
10 failures.
10 failures. Simple question is
10
only I'm
failures.
asking, right? So 10 complaints and every complaint it is assumed that there is one failure. So total number of failure is 10. That means
10.
total number of non-conformance is 10. That means total number of defects happened is 10. Can you understand all these little max here?
Yes.
100
Yes, sir.
samples, defect opportunities are 5, and actual number of defects occurred is 10.
10.
Write down this piece of information in your notepad. And suppose if you are the area manager for the pin code and your boss is asking you, how is the team performing in the pin code? Will you be able to arrive on a metric which can help your boss to understand immediately how is the team performing in that pin code with this available with this particular data? What will you calculate out of it?
Percentage you can count.
Percentage of defects.
Occurrence.
Percentage of defects. Okay, I agree. Please calculate. If you say percentage of defects, please calculate.
It's 1%.
1%.
1%. Are you sure?
Yes.
How it is? How is it 1%? 1% means 1 out of 100, right?
Yes.
But you have 10 out of
Yes.
100 here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 10 out of 100.
1000.
10 out of 1000.
1000.
Is it
So it's,
1%?
0.01%.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to calculate correctly, no? Otherwise, your boss will understand your caliber. You have to calculate correctly. So you can measure your failure rate, or you can measure your success rate, and you can share it with your boss. Yes or no? Suppose you want to measure your success rate. Out of 1000 deliveries, 990 deliveries, no complaints. Yes or no? Customers are satisfied. So what is your percentage of success here?
99%.
99. 990 means 99, right? 99% of the orders are successful. But 1%, am I right? 1% of the orders is a failure. This is one way. Please note, I am talking in terms of percentage of the orders. If there are 100 orders, yes, 99 order will go on, will be executed properly. But one order will have a risk of, attracting a customer complaint, right? So the success rate is 99% with respect to the percentage of the orders. There are other ways. Now let us calculate. In Six Sigma, we measure our performance in terms of the DPMO. In terms of DPMO, what does it stand for? Defects per
Defects per million
million
opportunities.
Million.
Now I will write you number of defects are 10. Am I right?
Yes.
And your sample is
1,000.
1000.
1000.
And the number of opportunities per delivery is 5. If opportunities per delivery is 5, what is the total opportunity?
5,000.
1000.
Very good, 5,000. Fantastic. There are 5,000 defects are possible if you execute 1,000 orders. Because in every order, 5 defects are possible, right? So total possibility is 5,000. But out of the 5,000 possibilities, how many defects actually happen?
10.
10.
So I want you to calculate first DPO. What is DPO? Defects per opportunity. The question itself has the answer. The question itself has the answer. Defects per opportunity means defects divided by total opportunity. Am I right?
Yes.
Defects is how much? 10. Total opportunity is how much?
10. Opportunities.
5,000.
5,000. 5,000.
So 10 divided by 5,000. This is defects per opportunity. Then what I want
Opportunities.
is, I want defects per million opportunity. Defects per opportunity is 10 by 5,000. You can use in Excel also if needed, right? So 10 by 5,000, you get it. Suppose if, imagine a cost of one apple is 1 rupee. What will be the cost of 1 million apples?
1 million.
1 million.
1 million. Because you just multiplied the cost by 1 million. Similarly, you have DPO here, but I want DPMO. DPO is the apple here. DPO is
2,000.
known. Now DPMO is your 10 by 5,000
Times 2 million.
multiplied by 1 million. Yes or no? 10 by 5,000 multiplied by
1 million.
1 million. Now you are able to calculate DPMO. All of you will be able to do this calculation with the help of calculator, with the help of Excel.
2000.
2,000.
Very good. I will check your answer now. I stop sharing. So I have made a template, so that you can handle any scenario effortlessly and then quickly arrive on the DPMO. I will also share those templates with you. Just give me a moment. I'll first show the template. Got it. So it's a simple Excel template which can be used to handle a similar situation. So what happened? Okay, sir, you have to give me the sharing rights. I think there is some issue. What happened? Oh, yes, it has come. The sharing button has come. Okay. Can you see my Excel file here?
Yes.
Can you see the Excel file? Yes. The
Yes.
first sheet is named as discrete data situation. You come here. Defects. How many defects recorded in our project?
10.
10.
10 bucks.
What is the number of samples we collected?
1,000.
Samples 1,000. Opportunities for error, OFE. Number of opportunities for error is 5.
5.
If I type this information and give enter, can you see the DPMO here?
Sir.
What is the DPMO?
Yes.
2,000.
2000.
So you all calculated accurately. That means you are all correct. And this is the calculation behind DPMO 2000. Is it easier? Now tell me, will you be able to calculate DPMO in this manner for the product you are currently dealing? For the service you are currently dealing? Please ask yourself. You are working in that company so long, right? And you are dealing with a particular product so long. You are dealing with the customer so long. But then, will you be able to calculate your performance in this manner? What is very important is knowing the CTQs. What is very important is knowing the CTQ. How customer
CTQs.
measure your product. If customer measures your product, in 10 ways, the same 10 ways you should also measure. Sometimes it can be more than 10 internally, but however, for the customer point of view, it is 10. All of you are clear with this point. If you know this, you will be able to apply this learning for your product also. Whatever it is, right? And see here, the DPMO, if it is 2000, the corresponding sigma level is indicated. Can you see here? What is written here, sigma level? 4.37.
37.
That means a relationship exists between your DPMO and sigma level. If DPMO is gradually reduced, your sigma level can gradually increase because sigma level is a direct measure of your process capability. Sigma level is a direct measure of your process capability. You can understand the relationship by going to the next sheet. Very simple template, but can allow you to learn very easily. Now, in the DPMO, I am typing 2000. This is what we got 2000. When I type 2000, then sigma level is coming out to be how much? Can you see that orange color box?
Yeah, 4.3.
4.38. Now your boss is not happy with this DPMO of 2000. Please note, when you talk to your boss saying that, sir, our success rate is 99.9%, your boss will be very happy because your success rate is 99.9. Yes or no? And your failure rate is how much? 0.1. But if you are the boss, you have a team below, and you can measure the performance in terms of DPMO. Can you see how the 0.1 is getting amplified here?
Yes.
2,000 defects are expected out of 1 million opportunities. To meet 1 million opportunities, 2 lakh orders have to be executed. Do you understand? Because every order you have 5 failures, 5 opportunities. 2 lakh into 5 will be 10 lakh. You must understand this language. So now current scenario, your DPMO is 2,000. Now what will be your suggestion to your team? Work on the process. I don't want to see 2,000 here. I want to see a lesser number. So now there is a project is on. Can you see that? This is the advantage of the working with these kind of tools. Otherwise, you might simply settle, seeing your percentage wise. See, imagine if an image is shared with you via WhatsApp, and if the image is not visible, what do you do immediately? You zoom in the image, isn't it? So that everything becomes visible. Same manner, at the outline, everything looks like very good, 99.9. But actually, when I convert that into a DPMO, the problem is much bigger. So I want my team to work on reducing the DPMO. So how can they reduce the DPMO? Some good suggestion. Can you people tell me? What can they do?
Quality planning, control.
Yeah, better planning.
Quality planning.
Better planning. Some training can be given to to arrest all the what you call the behavioral complaints. Some training can be given, and better packaging material can be given. Number of delivery boys can be increased. Possible. These are all possible causes and possible solutions. You can understand. So if you actually take the right steps, 2,000 can come down to 200. And the 2,000 comes down to 200. What happens to your sigma level?
5.
It
5.
increases to 5.04. And further improvement, because it's a continuous improvement journey. So we bring it down to 20. Now, what is the sigma level?
5.6.
5.6. I bring it to the benchmark level of 3.4. Now, what do you see?
6 sigma.
6.
This is the benchmark definition set by Motorola for a Six Sigma capability. If a process is performing at Six Sigma capability, 3 or 4 failures are expected out of 1 million failure opportunities. Right? This is the benchmark result target expected from a Six Sigma capability as said by Motorola, Bill Smith and Michael Harry. Bill Smith is the one engineer worked in Motorola. Today we call him as father of Six Sigma. And Bill Smith, the engineer, and Dr. Michael Harry, statistician, these two together, they developed the Six Sigma approach. So there is a message coming over there. Your engineering knowledge, your domain knowledge, if it is supported by the statistics means data means fact, isn't it? Domain knowledge plus the statistical knowledge can lead to, excellent results. You can achieve the results. So this approach is known as Six Sigma. Hope it is clear to all of you. Any question on the first part of the learning? Everything is good?
Sir, one clarification I need. How the only CTQs will be, number of CTQs will be considered as total opportunities for the error?
Yeah, number of CTQs have to be predefined.
Okay.
Any product or a service, the number of opportunities have to be predefined. See, before playing any game, the rules must be written, yes or no?
Yes.
Otherwise, your game cannot be interesting. Otherwise, the scope will not be understood.
Okay.
So if you are producing a product, you must agree on certain CTQ. If you make a mistake in writing down the rules for the game, then the entire game will be useless.
Okay.
This is what we call it, poor planning. So product developers, their job is planning, quality planning. They have to understand all the customer requirement, all the CTQs, and then develop the design. And then the design will be converted into processes. And if there is a problem
Okay.
with the process, we can always improve and then, achieve the perfection. But if the problem is with the design, then process improvement cannot fix it. You have to make improvements at the design. So improvements at the process level is one thing and improvement at the design level is other thing. If you make improvements at the design level, that is known as design for Six Sigma. If you make improvements at the design stage, that is known as DFSS, design for Six Sigma. That follows a methodology, specific methodology known as DMADV. DMADV, the step-by-step way of developing an appropriate design is define, measure, analyze, design, verify. So what is the approach Six Sigma
Verify,
recommends? I'll write it here. DMADV. What does it stand for? D means define, measure,
Measure,
analyze,
Analyze,
design, verify.
design, verify.
If there is no problem with the DMADV, but still there is a problem, there is no problem with the design, but there is a problem with the process. Now you have to
From the
improve the
process.
process. For improving the process, Six Sigma gives another methodology, DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. So this is process
Control.
improvement. This is improvement at the design. All of you understand? The
Yes, sir.
improvement at the design level, sometimes we call it as development. Developing a design, right? If you create anything for the first time, that is known as development. But something already exists, you're only making some corrections and changes, that is known as improvements. So basically, in any situation, there are two things you are expected to do. One is improvement. Improvement means improving from the present. Another thing is development. Coming out with a new design, something newly you are doing. Those are known as developments. Clear, all of you? Right? So for improvement, Six Sigma offers a methodology known as DMAC. And for development, Six Sigma offers a methodology known as DMADV. Right? So we will be spending considerable time in understanding the DMAC first, right? And then you can try to understand the DMADV also. All right, so we move on from here. And all of you, do you know the difference between defect and defective? Please confirm.
Yes.
What is the difference between defect and defect? You all know defect opportunity now. You know defect also. Defect is a non-conformance. Defect is a non-conformance. Opportunity means defect opportunity. A possible failure is known as, every possible failure is a defect opportunity. Now, what is the difference between defect and defective? Imagine a hole has to be drilled for 10 mm. The operator makes a hole, drill a hole only for 8 mm. Now tell me, what happened now? A defect has happened or a defective has happened?
Defect has happened.
Defect.
Because you very well know you can correct it. There is an opportunity available to correct it. In such scenario, it is known as defect. Clear? Suppose for making a 10 mm hole, the operator has made a 12 mm hole.
Defective.
Defective.
Now rework is not possible. You need to understand the rule that exists, in your current scenario. Who will give the rule? Customer can give the rule in the form of a requirement. Yes or no? Internally, company will have certain policies. Yes or no? Yes or no? Sometimes you talk in terms of first time right. Isn't it? What is your, first time yield? So you need to understand the requirement, current condition, and then, act accordingly. But what we are discussing right now is a kind of, clearly bifurcating between defects and defectives. All of you understand? Will you be
Yes.
able to use the words properly in your project hereafter, in your industry?
Yes.
Yes.
If rework is possible and is permitted, call it a defect. Right? And if rework is not possible, yes, definitely you have to call it a defective. Right? And suppose if rework is possible, but still your customer don't allow it. Say, for example, all export garment. If sometimes, certain the customer requirement itself, first time right. If something is made, mistakenly, wrongly, then reworked items will not be exported. They will be sold, domestically. Have you seen that?
Yes.
At
Some mistakes, some button broken, things like that, but then it will be corrected, but then it will not be sent to the customer because it's part of the agreement. Hope all of you understand what I'm trying to say, isn't it? So you need to understand the
Yes.
current conditions. Okay, so what is Six Sigma? Come on, what is your understanding? We discussed this so much. Six Sigma means
3
we are
or 4
trying to
defects per million.
defects per million opportunities. Six Sigma means, we are trying to achieve a near perfect
Near
performance.
performance.
We are
Basically
trying to
reducing,
achieve a, yes.
say basically trying to reduce the error in order to give a better quality performance out of 1
Exactly.
million.
Exactly. So near perfect performance, our success rate must be close to 100%, which is 99.999%. Our failure rate must be lesser than 3.4 DPMO. At a process level, this is known as effectiveness. At a process level, this is known as effectiveness. What is effectiveness? The ability of a process to produce defect-free output.
Basically to analyze the error and try to reduce the error as much as possible.
Yeah, you see, you have to correct as well as you have to prevent. If you
Okay.
correct, you are handling the situation properly. If you prevent, you are enhancing your capability. Do you get my point? You correct, you are handling the situation well. It doesn't pass to the next stage. But if you prevent, your capability will go high. If the capability goes high, you know what will happen? Next time the error will not happen. If you focus on correction, you are handling the situation, but the same mistake can happen again. Yes or no?
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So, Six Sigma means, Six Sigma is a measure of your process effectiveness. Let's say there are 100 people attending the session and we conduct an exam. All 100 people pass the exam. Is the training effective?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But if some of them are struggle to pass, there is a problem, right? Your process is not effective. There is a lag in the effectiveness, isn't it? So in Six Sigma, we aim for a near perfect performance, an effectiveness close to 100%. Hope all of you understand what is Six Sigma now, right? The primary focus is reducing and preventing the defects. Any project you do that is focusing on reducing or preventing the defect can be definitely called as a Six Sigma project. If you are part of any such initiative earlier, that means you have already done a Six Sigma project. Clear, all of you?
Yes.
At the
Yes.
process level, input, output. If I reduce the defects, what will happen to my output?
Increases.
Very good.
Increases.
So maximizing your output for the same level of, same amount of input is a Six Sigma project in general. You are not consuming more input. You are consuming the same input. Your people are going to do the same work after the project. Nothing changes, right? But then the number of output for the same effort, you will start getting more output. That is the advantage of Six Sigma project. If you perform a project and bring down the rejection from 10% to 5% or 10% to 3%, now for the same amount of effort, after the project, every single shift, your company will produce more parts. Earlier, they were producing, 1,000 parts per shift. But after the Six Sigma project, the same company will produce 1,200 parts per shift. Can you see that? So more output from the same input. This is known as a Six Sigma project. All of you understand?
So can we also say reducing variation and prevent the issue in the Six Sigma project?
Yeah,
That is also.
I'll come to that because variation is a statistical term. How we control the defects happening in the output, or how do you first of all know there are defects in the output? Because the output is far away from the outside the specification given by the customer. Yes or no?
Yes.
If the outputs are falling outside the specification, this is what is known as variation. You can predict whether something will go wrong or not, even before something can actually go wrong. Is my statement correct? If you have the wealth of data, you can even predict whether failure will happen in the near future or not. So this is called a prediction. Prediction is an inferential statistics part, a particular branch known as inferential statistics. You are producing parts, it is getting accepted in the quality control. But still, your people have the knowledge to understand that something seriously wrong can happen tomorrow. Do you understand the situation? Your quality control checkers are checking, parts are okay, but still they are giving a caution. Hey, now we are producing too many parts closer to the spec. Do you understand what I'm telling? You are producing too many parts closer to the specification limit. That means if it slightly goes further, what will happen? It will get rejected.
Variations.
Okay, let me write something. You will understand.
So closer to both lower and upper specification, that's what you meant?
I'm writing, can you see here all of you in the screen? Upper
Yeah.
spec and lower spec I have written.
Yes.
Yes.
Upper spec is written, lower spec is written. And customer given a target here. Everybody can say anything that is falling here outside the upper spec or outside the lower spec. These are all defective items. Customer is going to reject. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
But now the moment you see many outputs falling closer to the lower spec and upper spec, you know what will happen? Probably the successive outputs have a more tendency to fall outside. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is
Yes.
always good to produce parts around the target. Please understand. The basic principle here is your process should have a tendency or the intent should be to produce parts around the target, not produce parts just inside the spec. If you are talking in terms of inside the spec and outside the spec, please change your language. Try to produce parts around the target. This is Takuchi's philosophy of quality that was taught to you by RK in the morning. What Takuchi said, variation leads to quality loss. If you understand variation is a quality loss, all the products that are produced around the target will have the best quality or maximum quality. Yes or no?
Yes.
The
Yes.
products that you produce closer to the spec, they're all actually poor quality products. There is a quality loss happen. Can you see that? See, your customer is still ready to buy that product, but you must have the knowledge and ability to recognize this quality is weaker than this quality. Can you see that, all of you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
In order to talk in this manner, you must be able to look at your data. You will look at your product in the form of a data. If there is too much variation in your data, you can understand your process is trying to produce parts away from the target. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if there is too much variation in your output, slowly more variation can lead to more defects. More variation can lead to more defects, isn't it? So, variation in the output, if it is happening, you must caution your people. Why there is too much variation in the output? There is too much variation in some of the input. Yes or no?
Yes.
What are those input? Are they controllable input or uncontrollable input? If they are uncontrollable input, you can't do anything on it. Like environmental temperature, no humidity and things like certain things uncontrollable. But if the variation is coming from an controllable input, what are you supposed to do?
Correct then.
You must control. Even after knowing that it is a controllable input and there is a lot of variation, you still don't control. You are having a poor habit. Yes or no? You are operationally wrong. Companies who are operationally wrong, they know it is a controllable input, but they don't monitor. And they don't take any measures to control it. And so you have to experience variation in the output, yes or no? If you are experiencing variation in the output and if the variations are no gradually increasing, at some point of time, all of them will get rejected. So variation is the root cause of all problems. Statistical understanding. This is known as, because variation you can only see in the data, isn't it? All the product might look same. If you take 10 samples, randomly, all 10 might look same, yes or no? But they are not same. There can be a small difference that you will be able to capture, only if you are able to measure certain characteristics. So that's why ability to measure without error is very, very important. Ability to measure without error is very, very important. That's why in Six Sigma methodology, you have a phase known as measure phase. If you consciously control the error, that moment you become a researcher. If you consciously put efforts to control the error, that moment you become a researcher. Please note, research is not, doesn't mean it's applicable only to some people who are in the R&D. No. All of you should be, a researcher in your own field. Yes or no? That's how, by doing a lot of research, you become an expert. So you have to consciously control all the errors and consciously control the variations at the input level. Automatically your output will improve. Agreed?
Yes.
So
Agreed.
these are all the
Yes.
understanding you have developed with respect to Six Sigma. So Six Sigma means eliminating defects by reducing variations at the input level. Right? By reducing variation at the input level. All right. So we move on to another area. And now imagine you have done several improvement projects. And so your process is made highly capable, super capable. No defects are happening. Now customer always gets best in class product. But still, your profit margins are very thin. Can this scenario exist in some companies? Yes or no? Products are top
Yes.
class. But still profit margin is how much?
Very less.
Very less.
Lawyer.
Like we only have 20 people here. We could have attracted 200 people. Yes or no? So similarly, in a company, maybe in your company, you might produce the best in class products and your customers are in fact delighted. But even then, in spite of that, your business can be still under loss. Possible or not?
Possible.
Yes.
Possible.
Yes.
What
Possible.
could have been the reason? What could have been the reason?
For marketing,
Over process.
Poor marketing. Very good. That means you have not adopted the best practices. You don't have to reinvent everything, isn't it? Marketing strategies are available. But you have not adapted something better, something, in a better manner available, but you still, you are used to your habits. You don't want to change. You're so adamant to follow what you are doing. But a better way of doing a work exists and is readily available, but you are not adopting it. Right? And this is one thing. Another thing is, when it comes to manufacturing, it is very evident that you are consuming more resources. Yes or no? You consume more resources, that means your operating cost will be higher. Your manpower cost, your raw material cost, your overhead, everything is on the higher side, but you are able to produce, excellent product. Maybe you are doing 100% inspection, I don't know. You are doing everything to ensure only the quality product goes to the customer. Customers are extremely happy, but your business still cannot survive. That means what is equally important is you should also focus on how are you actually producing the product, right? What kind of product you produce? High quality product. But how are you producing those high quality product? How much resources you consume, right? Always there is a best way of doing a work. Agreed? Always there is a best way of doing a work. If you do a work in the best possible way, the resource consumed will be minimal. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes or no? The resource consumed will be minimal. You
Yes,
can
yes.
finish the work faster and the effort required will be less. Manpower required will be less. Raw material will be less. Machineries used will be less. Electricity consumed will be less. Now what will happen? Your cost will go down drastically. I'm saying cost, not the price. Price is fixed. Price is always, governed by the market and governed by other conditions. But cost truly depends on how you are actually producing a product, how you are actually offering your service. All of you understand, get my point? So what is
Yes.
equally important is your productivity. How much resource you consume for producing a particular amount of output, how much resources you are consuming. Now tell me, what are resources? What are resources?
Material,
Raw material is a
people,
resource.
Raw
Manpower is a
materials,
resource.
power,
Power is a
power, manpower,
resource. Manpower is a
Manpower.
resource.
equipments,
Machineries is a resource.
equipments,
Equipment is a resource. Your manager is a resource.
consumables.
yes.
Your CEO is a resource. Time is a resource. Time is a resource, or yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Space is a resource. Yes or no?
Uh,
Space is a
manpower,
resource.
manpower
Yes.
executed to deliver the work.
That's what manpower. I'm going to the extent of considering time and space also as a resource. If you occupy too much space, you are actually spending more. How many of you realize this?
So any
Yes
resource
or
that
no?
is
Inventories.
Correct.
intangible to
Inventories.
tangible
Yes,
space.
yes, yes. Everything has a cost associated. You need to accept. If you do a work consuming more time, if the cycle time of a particular process is more, whereas the best practice is, just less than 10 seconds, but your machine takes 23 seconds. Is it? No? You are not productive. Can you see that? You lag in terms of the productivity, right? Whenever
Yes.
you consume resources in excess, it is known as a wasteful activity. Do you understand, all of you? Whenever you consume resources excessively, it is known as a wasteful activity. That means what are you supposed to do? You can consume the resources only in the needed quantity. How much? So you should know how much resource is required to produce an output. How many of you appreciate this statement? To produce a product, this much raw material won't be consumed. This much time only should be consumed. This much manpower only should be consumed. All of you understand?
Yes.
If your process, if the process in your shop floor, if it consumes resources excessively than the required quantity, you should be able to understand you have wasteful activities getting performed as part of your process. Clear, all of you? So
Yes.
any form of excessive consumption of resource, is a demonstration of inefficiency. Excessively consuming resource means you are inefficient. What is when will you understand you are inefficient? If somebody could do better than you, that means in front of him you become inefficient. Yes or no? So any form of inefficiency is termed as waste. So what is the definition for waste? Any form of
Any form of
inefficiency.
inefficiency.
If better way of producing a product exists, but still your company follows, very traditional old method, maybe for reasons, change is required. Yes or no? Nowadays, all smart technologies are coming, but there are many companies so adamant to, adopt those technologies. And in the long run, it will have very adverse effect. Yes or no? Easily, your competitors who are below you can overtake you very easily if you don't accept certain needed changes. So one way of understanding waste is it's a form of inefficiency, excessive consumption of resources. Another definition, very, very important definition. That is what all the literature says first. Non-value adding activities. You are performing a work, but it is not getting visualized, not getting recognized by the customer. Do you understand what I'm telling? Like for delivering the lecture today, I prepared for 12 hours yesterday. How many of you know that I prepared for 12 hours yesterday?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Even if I prepared for 20 hours yesterday, can I charge you more?
No.
No.
If I come and say, sir, I have prepared, sir, 20 hours I have spent, so you have to pay me double the money. These are known as non-value adding activity. You have to be smart enough. Customer can only pay for their experience, not for your, all your efforts. Do you understand? What kind of experience you give it to your customer through your products and services? Customers are ready to pay for that, but not for all the struggles and the pains and the efforts you are going through. That is your headache to manage that. Yes or no?
Yes.
You give me more value, I will give you more money. Yes. You give me more value, I am ready to give the extra money. You can ask me. But for the same experience, if you ask me more money, I will not give. So any piece of work you do, but finally, your customer is not willing to pay for it. That means that piece of work is a waste. Do you admit?
Yes.
Sir, in our shop floor, 5% rejection always happens. 5% rejection always happens. So I want to charge you 5% extra. Customer immediately will say goodbye. Very good businessman you are. Next time, I will not come here. That's all right. This will be the immediate language. So you must understand, right? So waste is nothing but any form of non-value adding activities you do. Whenever you consume the resources in excessively, it is also waste. The moment you understand you are inefficient in front of a comparison, maybe someone else is doing a better work, but you don't follow it, then also you are, say for example, in the bank, some 10 years before, all of us to withdraw the money, what we do? We go to the bank, isn't it? We go to the bank and then, fill up challan and stand in the queue and then we withdraw our money. Now, how the banks are performing? You can transfer money from one account to other account in just 4 clicks. Yes or no? If one bank follow the same old method of banking, will you open an account?
No.
If you have already by chance, if you had an account, you will immediately close it. Yes or no? You
Yes.
have mobile app or not. So these are all forms of inefficiency. This is what Lean calls it as waste, right? So Lean is all about eliminating the waste. Wherever elimination looks impossible, at least you must reduce. Now tell me all of you, giving all of you tea break and lunch break, is it value adding or non-value adding?
Value add.
Value adding.
Really? Are we running restaurant? For a restaurant industry, it is value adding. Are you paying us for your lunch today? Then all of you, if you pay for the lunch to me, then I will become very rich immediately. Right? 100% all profit. I'm not doing anything. So from the Lean's perspective, the break time, the lunch time here are non-value adding activities. How many of you understand? All of you, isn't it? See, what is your goal? The rule of the game, the purpose has to be clear. The purpose is learning. You come for learning. But we are serving all of you chicken biryani and mutton biryani. Why are we meeting the purpose? No. Right? So from that perspective, the breaks are non-value-adding. However, elimination is impossible. Because we all as a human being, we have to have some breaks, some, refreshments and lunch is required. So wherever elimination is impossible, what can we do?
Reduce.
Reduce. Now, how many of you are ready to reduce your lunch time today? From 1 hour was the plan.
Mhm.
If you come forward, you become a lean practitioner. Yes, sir, I understand the principle. Let us have the break only for lunch break only for 45 minutes, not 1 hour. I know a way to finish off the lunch in 45 minutes. So we will implement it today itself. And tomorrow we will reduce it to 30 minutes. That's how you become a lean practitioner. Can you see a change in the mindset here? Lean is a mindset. Lean, people should be able to think in the improvement aspect. They must understand, yes, there is improvement possible. So we must cooperate. All right. So there are 7 types of waste in lean, people call it. And I will quickly finish off and then, we'll go for the lunch break. They are called, they are summarized as, Tim Wood. Tim Wood, where T stands for unnecessary or excessive transportation. Whenever you realize an unnecessary transportation is happening, whenever you realize excessive transportation is happening, that is a waste. Like, for example, the training program right now, we're all having, a good discussion in the online itself. Yes or no? If we have the same discussion by coming to a common place, what will be the consequence? We have the same discussion and all of you, move from your place and then come to a common place. Can you see a transportation happening now?
Yes.
Transportation means moving from one place to other place. Moving product, machineries, people from one place to other place is known as transportation. If something is unnecessary, but you have it as part of your process, then that is a waste. Like moving your material from your shop floor to warehouse. Moving your material from shop floor to warehouse. Do you think you can charge your customer by saying that, sir, our warehouse is 1,000 kilometers away? So you have to pay for that, 1,000 kilometer transportation charge. Can you include this component in your bill? It is your headache. You don't know how to design your layout. You kept your warehouse somewhere 1,000 kilometers away in moon, and then I am not ready to pay for it. Do you understand transportation waste? Will you be able to find out the transportation waste that is happening in your current workplace? No, whether it's a manufacturing process or you are offering a service. This is transportation is the what you call the inability of your process to avoid the transportation. You think differently. Find ways to eliminate the transportation. Now, people often confuse with the transportation is motion waste. Transportation means moving from one place to other place. What about the movements happening within the place? You are there, you are in your house only, but then you have to walk a lot to the extent that you start feeling pain in your legs within half an hour. What is the problem now?
Layout.
Your layout is poorly designed. All the items required in the kitchen for making of the food should be placed in the kitchen, not in the bedroom, not in your hall. Yes or no? This mistake we might do even if you make people move slightly in excess. That should be recognized as motion waste. Saving 1 second, 2 seconds while making a product might lead to saving of several lakhs in cost of poor quality. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have to give attention to each and every detail. So motion waste. Suppose if people have to move their hands excessively, can I call it as motion waste? Like the item is placed above your head, 4 feet above the head. Now you have to jump to get the item. Can I call it as motion waste?
Yes.
If your eyeball has to move left and right to capture something, Can I call it as a motion waste?
Yes.
You have to think to that level, motion study, time study. You should be able to perform so that you can better visualize all the 7 waste. So you understand transportation waste, motion waste? Now another waste is inventory. What is inventory?
Excessive.
Piling up of stock. If the stock piles up, how do we call it? Inventory. Can finished product pile up in your factory? Some companies, they make to order. Make to order means the moment you make it, it is dispatched. Some companies believe in make to stock. Yes or no? If you produce make to stock, then what will happen? You will produce finished product inventory. Yes or no? Some companies keep a huge stock of raw material. That is called raw material inventory. Your manufacturing line or whatever, your shop floor you have in the workplace. If work is not properly balanced, then work in progress will also get piled up. Do you understand what I'm telling right now? If your line is not properly balanced, your machines are not loaded equally. One machine, will be making more product and one machine will be making less items. As a result, you see inventories piling up in certain machines. Yes or no? The machines which produce more parts, it cannot go to the next stage. It will lie there only. There are 3 types of inventory: raw material inventory, finished product inventory, and then work in progress inventory. Please note, all of them are waste. Yes or no? Now tell me, all of you, how much stock of items you have in your kitchen? You have a good demand for the food every day. Is yes or no? In our house, we very well know there is a good demand for the food. But how much stock of vegetables, how much stock of ingredients you keep in your kitchen? Particularly, let's talk about vegetables. How much stock you keep? You
2
keep
to
stock
3
for
days.
1 week?
Per week, 1 week.
Three
Yeah.
So 1 week vegetables you keep stock, right? Great. But is it a good practice?
2 to 3 days is good.
3 days is better than 1 week. And your neighbor, he keeps stock only for 1 day. Now who is good?
3 days is better.
1 day is better than 3 days, isn't it? Because if you keep excessive stock, you have to refrigerate. By refrigerating, your food will not be best. Yes or no? Refrigerated food we must avoid. Yes or no? Similarly,
Yes.
see, ultimately, if you gain the capability not to keep any inventory, you are at your best. Imagine a situation where you don't have a fridge in your house. All of you, will you get a healthy food?
Yes.
Live
Yes.
longer? More energetic, and you start making more money. But we exactly do the reverse. This is what happens when you pile up inventory in your company also. So inventory is a loss. Please recognize and try to minimize. I'm not saying that eliminate everything in one go, gradually reduce. If you start working on making some improvements in your daily activities in your house, maybe within 3 months, if you sell your fridge, you become a lean practitioner. You have to remove the inventory. All right. So transportation, motion, inventory is a waste. Agreed, all of you? Then over processing. You know what is over processing? Going beyond the specification. Whenever customer requirements are clear, specific, and then limits are properly available, but you still go beyond the specification, that is also a waste, because customer will not pay beyond the requirement. Imagine the painting, car door painting or car painting. If you go for two coating is the contract. Even if you apply the third coating, customer is not going to pay. Yes or no? Because the requirement is clear in the contract, but still you go beyond the spec. So going beyond the spec sometimes becomes a waste. This is called waste of over processing. All of you understand?
Yes.
Another form of waste is overproduction. You know what is overproduction?
Yes.
Producing
Excess.
more than the
Excess
demand.
more than demand.
Whenever you produce more than the demand, yes, the excess will become an inventory. Excess will become an inventory. Already we understood inventory is a waste. So overproduction is a waste. In a family of 4 members, if you are making breakfast or lunch, how much food you are supposed to make? Only for 4 people.
4 people.
Order is confirmed. 4 people are there. 4 lunch is required. You prepare for it. If you prepare for 5th lunch or 6th lunch, then that is a waste actually. So you should slowly make sure you work on confirmed orders. Slowly you must work on confirmed orders. If at all you are forecasting, you must focus on greater level of accuracy in your forecasting. You get my point? Otherwise, you will incur a waste known as waste of overproduction, producing more than the demand. Not always in the form of finished product, but also in the form of WIP. In WIP also, your overproduction happen. If one machine can produce faster than the next machine, there also overproduction will happen, inventory will pile up. So your line must be properly balanced. And overproduction is not just producing more in numbers, producing earlier is also overproduction. If your lunch is prepared on the previous day itself, it's not good. We don't like, isn't it? So always, you must target to produce parts in a way that as soon as they are produced, they are delivered. Do you get my point? That is also overproduction. Producing early and producing more than the demand are overproduction. So you understood overproduction, you understood overprocessing. And one more thing is waiting is a waste. Am I right?
Yes.
Have you noticed sometimes, your operator waiting for something? They will say, sir, machine is not ready. They will say, sir, material has not come. Sir, order has not come. So people can wait, material can wait, machine can wait, the manager can wait, all of them can wait. All of these things are forms of waste. Am I right? Try to do something so waiting doesn't happen in your workplace. Nothing should wait for the other thing. That is the ideal scenario. So waiting is a waste. And finally, in Tim Wood, the last letter D stands for defect. Defect is also a form of waste. Defect is a subset of waste in lean. Defect is you all know what is a defect, a non-conformance, right? Which means lean and Six Sigma are, complementing each other. Even though lean says eliminate waste, it doesn't mean you can produce more defect. No. You eliminate the waste without losing your quality. Do you understand? You improve your efficiency without compromising on the effectiveness. Lean is improve your efficiency without compromising effectiveness. But Six Sigma is improve your effectiveness without losing your efficiency. All of you understand? Do you think both are important?
Yes.
Effectiveness also important, efficiency also important. This is what companies have realized around the year 2000. So year 2000 onwards, Lean and Six Sigma got integrated and it gave birth to an approach known as Lean Six Sigma. Right? And 1960s, Lean got introduced through Toyota. So it is Toyota production system. What do we call it as Lean? And 1980s, Six Sigma got introduced. But in 2000, companies realized both approaches are fantastic and must be practiced. And so they integrated. The integrated approach is known as Lean Six Sigma. Clear, all of you? Understood? So I would like to stop here. If you want to ask anything, please ask. Otherwise, we can go for the lunch and then we can come back by what time? 1 hour is the lunch, right? 2:15 will come. So any question?
Sir, you are telling WIP. What is meant by WIP?
Work in progress. Work in progress. Your part is not complete. It is, and the output is intermediate, but still it has to wait. That is known as WIP. Clear?
And you
Satish.
told, sorry, one more question. You told variation of the output to be fixed and effectiveness check to be monitored. So for this monitoring, the companies should adopt a particular time frames, or how is it so?
No, monitoring means, you must always, collect data. You must always collect data and then, and then monitor your performance with the help of the data. So,
Like-
see, monitoring means what? We just have to do some checks, and frequently we must conduct some audit. And over and above, you for all the CTQs, you must measure and document it.
So that means a time frame is required to audit and to confirm that fixed
Yeah, in certain appropriate frequency, you have to collect sample, you have to conduct audit, and over and above, you must have the habit of collecting data.
Okay, thank you.
Without data, you can only take approximate decision. If you want to take effective decisions, correct decisions, data is required.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Satish, you are raising your hand.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat the definitions for Lean and Six Sigma once again? For effectiveness and efficiency. Yes.
Lean means the focus is to improve the
Eliminate.
efficiency.
Efficiency.
Six Sigma means the focus is to improve the effectiveness. To improve the efficiency, you must eliminate all forms of waste. To improve the effectiveness, you must eliminate all forms of defects. Defect is a non-conformance. Waste is a non-value adding component or activity.
Sure.
Okay. Hope we started well. So we'll break here for lunch, and then 2:15, please come back. I'm not reducing your lunch time. Even though you all tend to become a lean practitioner, I still give you the liberty of having full lunch break. 2:15 we'll meet. Ask me. Please feel free to ask. Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
So if there are no questions, then
Just
we
one
can
question, sir. The
please.
recording of the first today's session would be shared by Monday. One has to go through more things. Right now.
Yes. Monday only, yes.
That would further help to absorb, more precisely.
Yeah, definitely. Monday it will be provided, yes. Monday it will be provided. Okay, any other question? So RK is also available to answer the question. These are all basics we discussed. And if there are no doubts in the basics, RK will take you through the first part of the DMAT methodology, which is defined.
Sir,
Yes,
any
Surendra, you
study?
want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Yes, any study material you will be providing for reference, like
Yeah,
ebooks?
that will be emailed. Yes, the same whatever material we are using, that will be emailed to you.
Okay.
All that you need to do is you just have to complete your documentation part, and then you can just ask the team. They will be giving you the full. And some of you might have received already. And all of you should receive. Yeah. Okay. So maybe take a quick short break and then come back. Right? So, RK sir.
Yeah.
Over to you, but then give them some short break of 10 minutes.
Break. Now it is break. No, please go for break and come back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to all of you.
Evening.
Sir.
Good evening, sir.
Now, the last session, so let us make it a little interactive. I'll try to keep quiet for some time. Probably you can talk so that I will gather something and then I'll proceed further. Right? Because the topic given to me now is introduction, right? Again. Yes or no? Tell me, what is the topic?
Introduction to define and Pareto.
Define.
Define phase introduction. So let us define the define phase. Now we define the define phase. I want to define the define phase, right? Can I say give all the definitions? Define phase? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh God. We are all children. You should never accept no child will accept the other child. Yes or no? Tell me. Right? I said we will have to behave like a children, right? Define means not giving all definitions. Yeah, how can it be? My mother did not teach me that way. You said something like that. My mother did not teach me. As if my mother knows everything, no? For everybody, their mother or goddess, right? Define face. No? We have to define no? Whatever we want to do, we will have to define what we are going to do. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Without knowing what we are going to do, can we proceed?
No, we can't.
Right. We want to have our family, so we get married. No. Otherwise, we will never get married. Am I right? We want to have children. We must have a generation. They must live after us. As if I am going to have a lot of wealth, no, the wealth will go as a waste. No, it's not like that. But we must define something. We must define whatever we want to do. Therefore, define phase is there. Now, what is Six Sigma project? He must have taught you, Six Sigma project. What would be? Everybody is feeling
Right.
dull and vacillating.
Reduced effects, reduced variations.
Yeah. So, is there a defect and is there a variation? Who
They
is
will
going to
be
tell us?
able to look at the
Identify,
entire-
yeah,
Identify
identify the
the
cause
defect.
for variation and take.
No. Tell me now. It's simple jargon. No, identify the defect is the correct thing. Is it the correct thing? What will you do if you identify the defect? Tell me, what will you do if you identify the defect? You are eating. You come to my house and you are eating. My wife is a very bad cook. She cooks something and she says biryani. It comes like a upma. Now it is a defect. So what will you do with that? Tell me.
I cannot eat.
Yeah, you will not eat. Throw it. Be it my wife or whoever wife, you will not eat. So if you identify defect, you will not only throw out. There is no project. Then what will you identify so that there will be a project?
Opportunities.
Huh?
Opportunities for
Oh, you
improvement.
mean to say that you want your people to purposely make mistakes? No.
No.
They will not give you opportunity. Nobody will give you opportunity.
No,
to find
opportunities for improvement has to be identified.
Opportunities for. So you will identify the opportunities for improvement. Very good.
Yes.
That is the right answer. Very good. Yeah,
We
I
have-
did not know this. This is a very good answer. So
we
you
have to
will
study.
identify the opportunities.
We have to
There
study
is
the
another
process.
name also for that. You will say that opportunity, like for example, I am losing money. I am losing a lot of revenue. Now, can I say that there is an opportunity for improvement? Can I say there is an opportunity for improvement? Now, I'll say that there is a tremendous potential. I'm already making profit. I'm selling only 100 units a day. But my customer says that, sir, all our people want your product. Another 200 people will come and buy from you per day. Then can I say that it is a problem for me? Or can I say it is an opportunity for me?
That's an
It's
opportunity.
an opportunity.
Yeah,
That's
I
an
have got an
opportunity.
opportunity now, but I am losing money already. Then is there an opportunity or it is an opportunity for others? Right? It is a problem for me. Yes or no?
Yes.
So I have to attend to the problem. First of all, I must make my organization run profitably. Yes or no? So you are identifying two things. What are the two things? One is opportunity. Another is problem. That's all. Simple. You have to identify the problem. You have to identify the opportunity. Then comes the project. If it is an improvement, then project title is improvement of. Right? And if there is a problem, then prevention of. Whatever may be, title. Reduction of. Right? Okay. So the project title you will get from the identification of the problems or opportunities. But then Is RK good for finding the opportunity or problem? Tell me. Touch your heart and tell me. Am I the right person to find the opportunity and the problem?
I should understand the process.
Yeah. No, I'm asking you straight. See, I tell you today, yesterday morning itself I told you, but morning I subtly tell, but now I'll tell you on the face. We are
Don't know
children.
yet, sir. Don't know yet.
We are children, right? I ask
know
a
yet,
question,
sir.
you give a different answer. I ask a question, you give a different answer. Give the answer straight to the point. Yes or no, like that. What was my question? I forgot.
Am I right person to identify the defect?
Identify
Got
problem.
you.
Then what he said, I should understand the problem. He was talking about himself. I am talking about myself. Is RK is the right person to identify the problem in your area? Tell me.
I don't know.
Hey, how do you don't
No,
know?
sir.
No.
No,
No.
Are you see all the answers that I am supposed to tell you are telling, right? Huh? Your problems, your area, do you know or not? Prasad, tell me.
Hmm.
Your area, you are
Hmm.
working day in and day out. Do you know that? Yes or no?
Yes.
No idea, you cannot say. But I can tell no idea. Yes or no?
Hmm.
Right? When I say I no idea about what is happening in your bank, then am I the right person?
No.
That's all simple. Tell, sir, you are unfit, sir. You straight away tell, I'll be happy. You are not telling, yeah, you are so generous, no? You are a pure Indian, no? No. You have to come out, right? A Pakka Indian, right? What is that, this things? Call a spade a spade. I'm unfit, I'm unfit. I'm unfit for finding out the problems or identification of opportunities, any of your organizations. Because I don't know, Prasad said, right? But you are not supposed to say, I don't know. Because you are in that field, your organization. If you don't know, you have an opportunity to find out. I don't have an opportunity. You will not let me inside. No, your security will not allow RK inside. Right? Even if you want to know, you cannot find out. So, how will you find out? But you have accepted, no? Prasad is the right person, yeah. Very good child, no? Well born, brought forward, very good. Always tell the truth. I don't know, he said, right? But then who will tell you what is the problem? How will you identify the problem and the opportunity? To do a project, you have to identify. That is a must. Yes or no? That is a must.
Yes,
Again,
sir.
yes.
right? Very good, Kiran. Thank you. But why don't all of you also
Yes,
come
yes,
and
yes.
then participate? Yeah. But then
I mean,
how will you give
I
the
mean,
suggestion to Prasad? Yeah, give the suggestions. How will you find out the idea? How will you
I
identify the problem?
I mean, you try to induct a root cause analysis of the problem and discuss with the team members how figure out.
One second. You have gone to the answer without going to the first step, right? You said that you will be discussing with the team members. Who are they? Who are they?
I can say, I mean, once you figure out once you try to identify the root cause of the problem, means
No.
you,
Once you want to identify, all the people will come automatically.
no, not possible, not possible.
What is the first step?
Brainstorming.
For the brainstorming, what is the first step?
I have to call all the
Form a
people.
team.
Form a
Forming
team.
team.
Find out who will help you, yeah. See, I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure that you are going to do this. Coming Thursday, we are going to have a class. RK is going to have a class. All of you are going to ask RK, sir, what is the question, sir? What are the questions that will be coming for the examinations? All of you are going to ask, yes or no? Tell me.
Hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Every one of you will be asking me. That means you are coming to me. You want to find out the answers. Who has the answers? You call him. Call for help. So who are all the people who can identify the area? Who all can identify the problems? Tell me, sir. First of all, tell me.
Yeah, workers
Process
can
owner, sir?
identify.
Yes, the workers.
Workers can
The
identify.
Workers.
For
area
hands-on.
where workers or the bosses there or who are related to that particular work, right? Who is inspecting that, right? Product. So you know you have a team, no? Or the people who are making the components for that product, right? So you will have to have a brainstorming for which you will have to form a team. Then you will collect ideas. Then what will happen? The problem is now different. You will have lots of ideas. Yes or no?
Hmm.
RK will also come and Prasad, please take me also. My mother said, my mother is your mother's friend. she told me that come and help my son. So I also want to join. Then you will say, yeah. You will ask your mother and then ask RK also, you can also come and join. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you form a team like that, whatever way. I'm just saying that whoever knows, call it, get for it. Experts you call, customers you call, you have a survey you put. These are all called, what is this called? Brainstorming, you said. The collecting the ideas from the customer, what is it called? I have already told you voice of
Voice of
uh,
voice of
Customer, voice of business.
voice of customers. I think that I said voice of. No, I did not use voice of customers there. I did not use voice of customer. That is I use the term specifications, customer specification and process specification. Yes or no? Process limits and customer limits. Right? Customer gives the limits. I want between this and this. Your process gives the limits. These two matches. You are happy. Yes or no? Morning.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
remember, no, I
Yes.
made a chart, no? Circular, the normal distribution curve, which is a process, two vertical lines, which is the user limits, should be within this. Now I'm going to say that this is a different jargon I'm saying. There I said limits, specification limits. Now it is different. What is this now I said? What is it I said?
specifications.
You said
No.
the customer specification and the process specification should align to get a win situation.
No, I'm sorry. You cannot give me the answer because I am yet to tell the jargon. No, I came and then came with this jargon. Then I realized that this jargon is already done. I should say it's another jargon. So this we say, but he must have told voice. Yes or no?
Voice of customers.
That's all. You get voice of customer. Then together your people voice of business. Right? Voice of customers, external, internal, voice of business, you have different business management, so view or voice of business, stakeholders, shareholders, right? Okay. So you collect the voice of cost of poor quality. If there is a cost of poor quality, find out what is the cost of poor quality. Right? If the cost of poor quality is increasing, what does it mean? That means rejections are more.
More wastages.
So identify
wastages.
rejections is the problem. But now what happens? You have got lots of umpteen avenues, right? And first of all, there is one tool you have to use. What is that tool? All of you know that tool. Day in and day out, we are using that. What is that?
You are referring to 7QC tools?
Huh?
Sir, are you referring to 7QC tools?
Pareto analysis.
Mind you, I am not referring anything. I have given the hint. I said no. From the next session onwards, I'll give the hint and then I'll ask the question.
Prioritize.
I said, I use the term mind you. Yes or no? Your mind is the first tool.
Okay.
That is the tool you have to use.
Mm.
Our mind is a tool, no? That is what we are using for solving everything, right? Philosophies. And in this course, I'm going to tell you only philosophies. More of philosophies. I am bothered about philosophies because the tools and techniques that I'm going to refer you for the Six Sigma project, you may, unfortunately, may never use. You may never have an opportunity to use. But the same tools and techniques you will use day in and day out. You will be able to see that you are seeing that people are using that in front of you every day, at home, in the society, outside, everywhere. Right? That is what my and I will give you an example also. All these things. Already I've told you an example. I take only my wife for everything, right? Because I learn a lot from my house only. Now you have got lots of ideas. You got once the lots of ideas you get a problem. Too much of everything is a problem again. Yes or no?
Yes.
And you cannot take all the projects at once. I told no, you have to improvement should be one by one, step by step. You have to make an improvement, see that improvement is there or not, then go for the next improvement like that. So what is the next step? What is the next step?
Define the problem correctly.
You have got 100 problems, yeah. Will you define all the 100 problems now?
Take one problem.
That's all. Select the best.
Take critical problem first.
Very good. Not everything. Take critical problem. Now, some people will take only the easiest problem. Yeah. After all, you are going to do the project, you are going to get the approval. You are not able to complete. It's all the thing. Not that I'm joking, is saying, but it is serious. No, people definitely go that way only. As a boss, what you should do, impose on him the toughest project, and as an employee, he will try to take the easiest project. That's this is called tug of war. It's all happening everywhere. You should be aware of. If you are aware of it, that means you are creative, right? Select the best. So how many steps are over? 2 steps are over. In identification, I give a technique called Pareto principle. What is this Pareto principle? Pareto is called the 20-80 rule. 20-80 rule is there happening everywhere. God-given gift for that, I'll tell you. That says, it has come from one survey in Italy. That Parrot, no, his name is Alfredo Parrot. He conducted a survey, found that 80% of the land in Italy are owned by 20% of the people. This is called the 20-80 principle. So what does this say? If you have lots of problems, don't try to solve all the problems. The causes will be only 20%. Yes or no?
Yes.
And here in our own setup in the video, are you able to see this rule, this God-given rule? Can you see this? Identify. 20% of the participants only will come on video forever. Yes or no? I don't know, but the thing, that's the rule God has given like that, no? But can I feel sad about it? No, 80% of the people don't come. They are what? Yeah, they don't know. They will find things like that. Can I start worrying about it? Tell me, should I worry about it?
No.
I should not worry about it. Then should I feel happy? No, I should not feel happy. I should not feel worried. It's a God's given gift. Then I will have to go with that and then see what best I can do. For that only is given the answer. For that only is given the answer. Try to educate these 20% of the people who are on video will learn, and from them the remaining 80% will learn, because peer learning is best. They may be shy, they may not have time, but the thing is, all the more they are interested in getting the certificates. Yes or no? Otherwise, they would not have paid the money. I will not pay the money if I'm not interested. That's all. They want to learn, they want to have a knowledge, because all the people came in the morning. I remember. For some reason, probably evening reason, probably RK's class. Maybe different reasons. But the thing is, only 20% of the people will be contributing to the 80% of the benefit the company is getting. The company is being prospered not by the 100% of the employees, only by 20% of the employees. That is why those people are paid more. Yes or no? They are given a share. They are given a percentage profit. Why? They are the pillars responsible for it. And you see, in your house, how many people cook? Yeah. See, suppose 5 people are eating in your house. Yes or no? Morning and evening. Will be, right? Once upon that time, they will be eating. If not now, at least in the future, they'll be eating. At least 5 people will be eating. Yes or no? Tell me, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. But how many people are cooking?
1%.
One out of 5, 20-80 principle, right? Yes or no? How many people are earning? Yeah, you will say nowadays they are both are earning. No. Yeah. Right. And the rest are enjoying. I can see umpteen reasons, umpteen incidents where you can see this is not a theorem. This is an axiom. Right? The difference between theorem and axiom is self-evident. Axiom is self-evident. You can see that. Practice. So I am going to make use of the Pareto principle to identify the problems, which problems are maximum, and that number of the problem cause will be only very few, and those causes we will try to rectify first, and then all the problems we have to sort out. Not that, see, when we have identified all the problems, we have to sort out all the problems. But what I'm saying is one by one. So put it in a pipeline. which project you should take, which project, that is called pipeline. Okay. Okay, sir. Clear.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
once you have selected the project, this is the problem I am going to do it. This is the problem I'm going to, like what example, what Prasad was telling was, no, I was only telling, Prasad was sincere, no, very good guy. He said that I'll take the toughest problem. Very good. People will be happy. But I will take the smallest problem. I have to get the approval for the project. If I go ahead without getting the approval for the project, if something goes wrong in the project, who will be affected first? I'll be affected. They will send me out first. Yes or no? Right? When I go to the market, when my wife says that go and buy the vegetables, immediately what I do? Will I go and buy the vegetables?
No.
What will happen? If I
No,
go and
no.
buy the vegetables and come back, she will say that this is not what I wanted you to buy. Yes or no? I don't know what to do. They will throw me out. They will throw them out. They will throw them on me. Right? You don't know even how to buy vegetables for your family. Is this what our children will eat? So what I will do is I will ask, hey, put it in the list. Yeah, give me. Yeah. I will forget. I will give a reason. Yeah, I will forget. Yeah, please. Give me. Then she will put a list. Then I will take that list, go to the market, blindly give it to the shop owner. And whatever it is, I will not even see what is that vegetable. You have seen it, put it, pay the money, come back, and she'll be very happy. I don't do anything. I don't do anything. I get a good name from my wife. Yes or no? Right? You also can do like this, do like this. This is what the way you should do this, because you are a manager, but at the same time, you should be smart enough to get things done. Right? I should get it in writing. That is a smart thing. Yes or no? I should give it to the right shop owner. Right? For this, smartness is required. Now, I can't go to any shopkeeper and then say, hey, buy it. Then he will cheat me. Right? So, smartness is required. Hard work is not required. Smart work is required. This is what the 2080 principle is, a smart piece of finding out the causes and then attending to them. Now, we have to get the approval. So, project charter you have to make. In the project charter, first of all, you have to convince yourself. If I cannot convince yourself, can we convince others? Right? If I say something new, I should know that it is new and acceptable. Then only I can tell you as new thing and then you will accept it. Yes or no? If I merely saying that, hey, all of you will get 0 to 100, don't worry. Will you accept? No, will not accept. I'll say that all of you are going to get 80 plus or minus 2, 95% confident. Only thing is you have to attend my class. That's all. That is the only thing I'll put. And if you attend my class, and I've seen all the people are getting more than 90 marks. Right? See how I'm doing the marketing for my Thursday class. You have to do the marketing, no? The project charter is nothing but a marketing strategy for you to get an approval. So there are certain aspects involved. You'll have to follow certain tools there. It's called a 6-pack or 8-pack and things like that. It should be a short. What is it and all? We will see probably tomorrow. They will teach you. And I will also give you a template. If you want, you can follow that. You should know what is what, when, how, like this. And the project chart is complete means then the define phase is over. Now, define phase contains how many steps?
3 steps.
3 steps, that's all. That is what I said. One is first identification, second selection of the best one, and the third one, the project charter for approval. Once you have got the approval, the deliverable is approved project charter. That means at the end of the define phase, after completing the 3 steps, what you must have on your hand, what you can give it to your team is this approved project charter, which will clearly define what is the project, who is responsible, and what is the target date, what is the target, and how we are going to work, who is responsible for which part. Right? If this is done, then the project will begin smoothly. Right? Then comes the first question comes. Hey, you have said that this is a problem and this is a problem statement and this is what you're going to solve. I have said, say, 1 crore is a loss. I'm going to reduce the loss from 1 crore to 50 lakhs. But somebody comes and verifies, when I am about to start the project, somebody comes and verifies, you said 1 crore loss, already the loss is only 50 lakhs, yeah. and you promise that you will reduce the loss to 50 lakhs, but already the loss is only 50 lakhs. So you have cheated. Then again, I am in trouble. Yes or no? I have not measured properly. What is the loss? Therefore, I have to do a measurement system. I have to have a proper measurement system. Find out whether what I have stated is correct or wrong. Whether the target is the goal statement from 1 crore to 50 lakhs is correct, or it is saying 50 lakhs to 50 lakhs. I'm going to be. That measurement system should be perfect so that the measurements that I take tally with what I have committed and then reasonable for achievement the target. Right. So the second phase, measure phase starts. And I will give the introduction for measure phase and the measure phase starts. Now the define phase introduction I have given you. I will tell you with the slides what is the define phase. Then I will take you to Pareto chart. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want
No
at
problem.
least 2 more phases to be seen. Oh, can I see that? Just to satisfy myself. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. I share my screen. Oh, God. Yes, okay, I can do it. Yeah, I want to show you this also. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, can you see the last line?
Great, sir.
Ah,
Knowledgeable,
yeah.
experience,
I
hardworking,
did
and
not ask him
dedicated.
to write, yeah. So, right, self-boasting, yeah, he has given me a chance to show it to you. Hey, what I should do? I will have to close this. Now, how do I close this? How do I close this? How do I close this?
Minimize.
Yeah, close class.
Minimize.
No, close. Yeah, no, close chat. Yeah. Yes, it's come. This is not still closed, but it doesn't matter, no problem. No, it is not here. It is here. Phase introduction. So I have to finish by 7:30. Tell me if it is 7:30, tell me, I will just stop it. Right?
7:30.
17:30.
7:30.
17.
No. Sorry. 5 o'clock.
5:30.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. I'm
For
telling
here.
you, my time here is sorry. Okay.
Now it is 4:40.
4:40, only 20 minutes is there, huh? Oh God. Then I think probably Pareto, I will spend only a few minutes and then I'll give you a template also. Right? Now, before that, let me know. I told you in the morning, what is quality? Now tell me what is quality here. What is the quality principle out of the 8?
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above. That's all. You know what is quality and what is not quality. Very good. I did not teach you. You did it. Now, Six Sigma has got 5 phases. Define phase, where define the problem and decide outcome. The measure phase, measure the ability of the process. Analyze phase, analyze the data, find the root cause, and then improve phase, modify the causes so that fewer variations are produced, and then control the process, prevent and correct variations before they result in defects. Precautions, right? And the resulting project will be a Six Sigma project. Clear? Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, is it moving? Yeah, it's moving. Define. What is define phase? There are 3 steps. The first step is generating the ideas. And then second step is select the best. Select the problem out of these ideas. And then make a project charter. Get the project charter and approve. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in the define phase, I'm going to repeat the same thing. Those of you who have not seen it. Step 1, generate ideas. Step 2, prioritize and select the project. And step 3, create the project charter in SIPOC. SIPOC is another supplier, input, process, output, and customer.
Customer.
And a deliverable, approved project charter. Clear?
Sir, in first,
Yes.
Huh?
sir, in first steps, generate idea. So,
Yes.
for that, can we say instead of the generate idea, can we say listing problems, problem list?
You are straight away you cannot list the problems, no? Straight away you can't list the problem because you are not the person. First of all, RK said no. Prasad has accepted no. He don't know, so he can't list the problem straight away. No, he has to consult, generate ideas, then only find out what is the problem and all. Right? Okay. Where all could be the problems. You whatever you want to use. Yeah, no problem. You are the king, right? Just because you are saying something, no, they are children. No, I will try to prove I am correct. You try to prove both are correct. No, don't worry. Right? We are generating idea means generating the information from the people, that is customers, shareholders, business management, to find out where all I could do the problem. I could work to improve the organization. Right? So generating ideas is what the others have been using. This is what if you write, no, they will give you mark. Right? If I am correct in the paper, I'll give marks for you. Definitely, don't worry. But the thing is, you have to give generate ideas. Okay? Because only ideas will come, no? In the brainstorming, do you mean to say that they will say that there is a problem, this problem is there, that is problem is there? The moment I say that this is a problem, immediately like you, somebody will say that this is not a problem at all. Right? The moment I say it's generating ideas, somebody comes and tells, no, it is not ideas. This is what is called brainstorming. What we are now doing is brainstorming, right? But it is a controlled brainstorming, right? You are very polite, no? Generous. But RK is a little harsh. No, I have to say I am correct because I am the teacher. Not like that. You may be correct, but the thing is generating ideas to identify the problem. That is prioritizing the ideas and then select the project, right? Now, what do you mean by generating ideas? See, someone will say that we are losing money. Somebody will say that we are getting more rejections. Somebody will say that customers are leaving, right? These are all the ideas that they say that there may be problems, right? They may not be, but they say that this is what. So what is not true, if somebody tells that, I can call it only idea till I verify that it is a problem. Okay? From that point of view, ideas is the more generic term. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, the define phase. What is the tool used? Generate ideas. What is the tool we are using? VOC, VOB, COPQ, brainstorm. Right? Prioritize and select the project. The tools we are using is project charter, return on investment, net present value, quality, function deployment, project hopper.
I just wonder, what is the full form of VOC, VOB, COPQ?
Yeah. Please, Prasad, sing, help me. I don't know. I follow Prasad. I don't know what is that VOC.
Voice of customer.
I don't know. That's the reason I'm asking.
Voice of customer, voice of business,
All the participants
cost
are
of
brilliant.
poor
Yeah, don't
quality
worry.
brainstorm.
Yes.
Voice of customer,
Customer.
voice of business, cost of poor quality brainstorm.
That's all. That's all. Thank you. This is what Shivakumar must have taught you. Because I did not teach you. Therefore, it's not right on my part to tell that VOC is. But there is one more thing, no? But I taught you. Voice of something. What is that? Daljit. If your process of understanding, process of listening to me is correct, you will give the answer. And if you know that I'll give the answer and then only I will ask you, you will give the answer.
Voice of mind, sir. Voice of mind. Voice of brain.
Voice of process.
Voice of process.
Yes.
Voice of I said only process. Brain I used long back.
Yeah.
Voice of
So when I initially said voice of process, but then you said voice of mind. So I said, you are referring to that.
What does COPQ stands for? If you can just repeat once again. COPQ.
Poor quality.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? Cost of poor quality will always be high if you are not doing well. Create the project charter on SIPOC, and the tool is that itself. Project charter itself is a tool. It has got a business case, opportunity statement, goal statement, scope statement. If you cover these four, the rest two will automatically come. Right.
In priority, QFD stands for what?
Quality
QFD?
for the quality function deployment.
Okay, okay, okay.
That we will not teach you, don't worry. Sir. I will be teaching only Pareto chart, only that will come.
Okay, okay, okay.
This will come, no, but I will definitely teach you on Thursday. If you are all interested, I will teach you everything and much beyond. And you can also go to my website and then see already. I don't have to teach you at all. You can refer there. Right? Deliverable, approved project charter. So now you understood what are the 3 steps, what are all the tools we'll be using, and what is the deliverable. Clear?
Yeah, just hold on to this slide, sir, for a moment.
I will give it to you. Yeah? Don't worry. This is
Okay.
your property.
I just want to ask one question. What is this Project Hopper? Is something a new tool? Project Hopper in prioritizing section?
I
Prioritize.
used a different term. I said pipeline. And they say project hopper. I will tell
Okay,
you.
okay.
Once again, it's a jargon. Yeah, don't bother. Yeah, don't give too much importance to this. I used to know, right? You put all the projects here, and you are selecting
Okay.
the best.
Okay,
That's
okay,
all.
okay.
What I said was pipeline. You put the projects. You take first project, then next project, like that.
Funnel,
So
funnel,
people use their jargons. Yeah, don't worry.
funnel.
Right? We are
Okay,
selecting
okay.
the best. Pareto is the right one, right? Okay. Clear? If we do not know anything, first thing we do is we worry. My point is that if you don't know anything, that means that is not required. Your brain is the boss for you. It will decide what should go in, what should not go in. Tollgate. The define phase, after completion, to go to measure phase, you will have to check whether I have done this or that or not, right? These questions you will have to ask, only if these questions are answered as positively, you can go to the next phase. Those questions you can ask yourself, or I will tell you, and then you can think over and ask some more questions. I will add it in my next program, right? Is this project important to business? Should it be yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
If it is not no, we will not go for measure. Is there a business case? Should be yes or no?
Yes, business.
Yes.
Yes. If there is no
Yes.
business case, there is no point in doing that project. Right?
Yes,
Is there a CTQ?
yes,
Yes.
Because unless otherwise there is a critical to quality with metric, you cannot improve. What cannot be measured cannot be improved is a philosophy. Yes or no?
yes.
Yes.
That is what is CTQ. I've given you 3 philosophies, not today itself, right? Don't worry, I will give you for each these things, I'll give you 3 philosophies. And is there a project plan and key milestones? Answer should be yes.
Yes.
Are the project boundaries identified? Because nobody goes beyond their scope, right? Take advantage, undue advantage, right? Okay. Are the stakeholders involved? They should be involved.
Yes.
Because they are the one who are to come to your support. They are going to protect you if something goes wrong in your project, right? Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Then comes the philosophies. What is the philosophies you learn? Time is precious. We want it most, but use is worst, right? Because it is all Six Sigma projects are 6 months projects, maximum 1 year. Large ideas we get together in a short time when there is no criticism of ideas, right? When I say ideas, you should not criticize. Yeah, idea is okay. I don't know, no problem. Problem is better, but still, RK said, let him be happy. So there should not be any criticism, and large ideas together comes in the brainstorming. This is a philosophy. In a short time, you get lots of ideas, and roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. This is Pareto principle. So I've given you 3 philosophies. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And only what can be measured can be improved. One more bonus, right? So my idea is that all these philosophies will be helpful to you throughout your lifetime. Once you know these things, then you will not be unnecessarily worried, right? If you have hundreds of problems, you should know that hundreds of problems are not at all hundreds of problems. There is only 1 or 2 causes. I will try to attack that. All the problems will automatically solve. Or simply keep quiet. No, automatically problems will be solved. Yeah. Six Sigma. I don't know whether you are liking me or you are laughing at my innocence. I am innocent, Prasad. I am very innocent. I need your help, right? Thank you. Define phase. Step 1, generate ideas. Step 2, select the best. Step 3, get approval, project charter, SIPOC. That's all. Thank you very much. Stop. Now, what is the time now?
450.
450.
4:50. 10 minutes is enough for me to teach you Pareto chart, and I'll give you help. Pareto is a big chapter, but doesn't matter. I will help you. All of you, anybody knows Excel? Anybody knows Excel? MS Office
Yes.
Excel?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, we are.
yes.
Yes or no?
Yes,
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 yes.
yes.
sir. Yes.
You know how to open Excel, yeah, that's all. But nothing more you
Yes,
require.
sir.
You know how to open Excel. I'll teach you how to do it, right? So all you need to do is, I'll show you. Share screen. Then show. Now here I'll have to close this, right? Oh God. Is there a project charter here? Yes, Pareto charts, sorry. Pareto charts here. And then Pareto for videos is there. And then I think whether I should take April 24 or May 24. I have jumps package. I'll take both, yeah. Yes. See here. Please note, this is the problem. To reduce customer complaints, a government industry collected defect data for 30 days. That is collection of data. Recommend the defects to be attended to now to reduce the defect occurrence by 60%. You can make it as 80% also, 90% also, depending upon the resource available. This is the duty of the resource manager, right? So this is the frequency. This is the defects notice the past 30 days. Is it clear now? Clear?
Yes.
And the raw data for this will be much worse. It will be thousands of pages. Each day they will mark it defect, 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 and somebody will count and then put it in a summary. So this is the summary data, right? And then we have to work on it. What have we do it? Find the frequency of occurrence. For each defect, I have found out the frequency by adding the data from, in the finance, they will say, no, what is the day? What is that first entry? No, what is it called? Book entry, yeah. Right. What is the data I have put when somebody pays money or buys something? No, the accountant will enter. No, what is
Ledger.
it called?
Ledger.
Ledger. No, what is the first entry called? Anyway, like that. Right. From that only they make the book accounts. Right. They are allocating to different accounts, and then they will have different accounts, umpteen accounts. Similarly, here you will have a data collection, and from the data you are going to get the summary. In that summary is different defects, different, but this is not in order. What I have to do is I have to put it in descending order. So what is the step number 2? I have to put that descending order. I have put it in the descending order. Have you seen it? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Stitching defects 112 I put. I'll have to put 123. I'll have to put 123. I don't know whether I can put 123. I'll put 123. Right. And then next one is 67. Next is 43, 23, 18. I think it's okay. 12. Right. So I have put it in a descending order. Then I have to find out the cumulative frequency. That is, cumulative frequency is 217 plus 123 is 340. Then 67 is 407 plus 43. Like that I'm adding. So the 3 steps you have understood. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now I am finding out the cumulative percentage. Frequency. This is 217 by 503 is 0.43, 43%. And then 340 by 503 is 68%. That means if I attend these 2 defects, I would have solved 68% of the problems. That is what it means. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
If I attend to all the problems, I would have solved 100% of the problems. But at present, I would like to solve only 60% because boss has asked me to 60%. They don't have resources. Therefore, 60% means defective button and stitching defects only I will concentrate. and then once the revenue comes, then I will try to bother about this. Okay, understood? Step
Yes.
5, as per the target, find the defects to be attended to immediately. That's all. This is what is Pareto chart. Clear? Now, there is an issue here. See, you may say 217, 123 is okay. But if this 217 is going to get me a revenue of only 1 rupee, 217 rupees only I will get. But if this is going to get me 5 rupees stitching defect, if I remove it, then 123 into 5 is 600 rupees. So 600 rupees is better than 200 rupees. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Therefore, I will give the weightage for the cost and then make it as a weighted Pareto. In this weighted Pareto, what I will do is here frequency and cost, and then I am putting weighted count, and then I am going to plot this. Right? See here. This is the one. This is the one. Suppose here what I will do is I'll make it as 50. I'll make it as please note, you see here, number of defects is there in this order, but it is not in ascending order. But this is in ascending order in this way, cost of frequency. Therefore, this is a weighted cost. Understood? This is the weighted cost. So what is this I should attend? Hemming defects.
Hemming defects.
Hemming defects is costing 430 rupees I will get. So these 3, I will sort it out. So that 75% there. Suppose I put here. I'll make it as this. See, 4. If I make it this, I will have to make only 2, 3. If I make it still reduce. See, only 2 will do. 50% target is okay means only these 2 targets. So this is how, depending upon my manager, I will show this visualization so that figures always know people like it, no?
Sir, on doubt,
Yes, sir.
whether the weighted Pareto is applicable only on cost basis or any other
Any
setup we can
weightage that you can think of.
Okay.
See, in this 217 items, each defect is going to take only 1 hour. That means
Okay.
210 hours. But this is going to take, no, not this. I'll take 217 is going to take 1 minute, 217 minutes. But if this is going to take 3 minutes, this will take 330 minutes. Yes or no?
Mhm.
Right? And
Yes,
this is
yes.
going to take 5 minutes. 10 minutes. This will be 230. This will come first.
Okay, okay.
Right? So depending upon what is that nature of the weightage you are
Severity.
giving, what is the character you are giving for weightage?
Yeah,
Right?
depending upon the severity of defect.
If it is, I said it is the revenue you are getting. If it is going to
Okay.
be cost incurred, it will be the completely opposite.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Okay. The ultimate Pareto principle is 20-80 principle. Identify the 20% and try to attack that. Right? In the level data here, what we see here, we do first. I don't know why it is not. I will take it there. Yeah. See here, 146 shots. Shots is the maximum. Here it is
Okay.
not weighted. This is only frequency.
Hmm.
Here also I can make it as, I will make it as 100. Oh God. I have to unprotect, no? So let me not protect it. I will unprotect it and try to save it. Once again, I will do it. Why not? Stop sharing. Once again, sir, I will share the screen. Yes. I am. Right. Now what I will do is, I'll make it as 100. Right. Then what I do is, I'm going to do this. I'll have to do first sorting, right? Sorting the descending. See here, 100 has come next. Right. Okay. And then this is plotted like this. So here, 74%. I have put the target as 60 here. I can change the target. I will make this target 80. Right? 80. Either you can change here or here. For some reason, I'm not able to click this here. So I'm making this here. 80% means you can see here 3. Right? And this is arranged in this 146, 125. Cumulative is 43, 74, 81. Keeps on increasing up to 100. Right? Clear? And then this is level 1. 146 shots I have to attend. In this 146, which one I have to concentrate? I'm going here. This 146 is total. Here I have put misalignment damage. So I have to do this only first 80%. 80% of this problem can be sorted out if I do only misalignment first, so that it will be there. If I make it as 100%, then again I have to change it. Let me not do the change. Okay. Okay. This one. No. So I can't make changes. Again, I have to change the sheet. Let me not do it. So this is how it is working. So I have told you what is Pareto, how to do this Pareto, weighted Pareto, level Pareto, and this thing. Now, all these are clumsy. All these are all clumsy. Even if I send you the Excel sheet, after a few days, probably you will forget the password or you do not know how to use it and all these things. Therefore, you will be in a problem. Therefore, what I will tell you is, I'll give you a simple method so that you can do it yourself using your own Excel. You don't need any template. You just have to spend another 5 minutes. Will you spend?
Yes,
Can
yes,
you?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Share my screen. So what I will do is, I will take a new template. I will take a new sheet. Yeah, for a little bit. Is there no? For a little bit. Yeah. See here, I am going to delete this. This is the frequency. This is the defects and this is the frequency. Clear? Are you able to see this? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
yes, yes.
And then I have included cost and multiply the cost and then change it. If I make it as 300, see here, it has changed 300 into 0.89, 267. Right? Now, there are 5 steps in order to know. I do not have to do any 5 steps. All I need to do is, I select this. How do I, yeah, I can do this, no? Select. Yeah. Now I will select these 2. Frequency only. Carefully see this. I am putting insert. And see, it is not there. Therefore, what I will do is, I will go for recommended chart. I will go for all charts. There, you can see a histogram. But what I want is Pareto. But it is in the histogram only. You select this histogram. You can see this Pareto here. If you go there, are you able to see the Pareto? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Click that. And you can see this. Click OK. That's all. You got it. Whatever you want to do it, you put Pareto. Maybe okay. Whatever title you want to put title, right? And then whatever color you want to color, you remove this if you want. No, not this. Not this. Click somewhere. Yeah, this is horizontal lines. Delete it, right? And then make this as blue color. You make it as color. No, fill this color. Fill color. You make it. Take a color. Right? You filled it. Beautiful color. And if you want this, make it as go to home, make it as white, increase the font, right? All these things. Similarly, here also, make it white, make it bigger. Similarly, here also, all these things. And then, I showed you somewhere here, I think. And then I showed you. Yes. See here, this one, you can take it. Depending upon what is that you want, 80 means go at 80. That means you have to attend to all these 4. If you say 60, go to 60. 60 means all 4, 60 to 80, 50, more. More, go to. Sorry. 80 means what you'll have to do is you'll have to go there, meet it here, these 3. Right? If you go to 50, then go to 50 and then meet the curve. Meet this cumulative curve. That is only one will do. So this is how you identify how many items you will have to concentrate for percentage of defects. right? If you make it 90, then go to 90, see that it is meeting the curve at 90, and then all the four you'll have to identify. This is how you can do this, and this is how you can do weighted Pareto. You can use.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
How you can you come back that cross mark how you have selected
Which one, sir?
that
This
red
one.
color.
That I
Cross.
made just like that. I made just like that. The figure.
Acha, okay.
This is just like that. This is my professional makeup, right? You don't
Okay,
know
okay.
this. Okay, I can give it. That only thing is to find or identify. No, here I know how to program. See, automatically it does, right? 50, 50, 70. See, only two, no? Huh? I'll make it as 80. See, it's 4, right? Okay, 80% means I'll have to do 4, and 50 means I'll have to do only these two. Higher the percentage, more the these things I have to concentrate, right? And here I do not know that procedure. I want to explain to you, therefore I'm using this, right? There you will ask me. And then suppose I want to do for weightage. What I do is I select this, control, select this, and then go to the insert and recommended chart, Pareto. Okay, see here, this is for cumulative, this is for weighted. You make it as weighted. Weighted. This you can do it yourself. Clear?
Okay.
All you need to do is mark the defects and the frequency, and you put the cost here. See that it is next to this, so that you select this and this control, right? And then select any two, and then plot the Pareto principle, and then you will have to draw your line. Identify 80 means this here. Go horizontally. It is meeting here. These four you have to identify. So you have to do this horizontal. For that you just make a vertical line. Then see that it's meeting. So 80% is going here. Vertical line should meet that curve, and where it meets, you will have to identify the parts which are to be attended to. I think that completes the Pareto principle. I hope you have understood. I will also make a video for the Excel, how to use it. This template, if you want, I will share it with you by tomorrow, and that will be fine. I think Gopal Shukumar has come by now. Thank you very much, Gopal Shukumar.
All right, so participants, you have any questions to ask? Yeah.
No, recording
Any
can be stopped,
questions?
sir. Recording if you want to stop.
Yeah. Any questions? Anybody would like